Yeah.
So, hello everyone, and welcome to a lovely Friday evening slash afternoon. And yeah, I'm joined today by no one else but Eugen's own DamNed. And we are here for a really lovely event that I hope you all can look forward to. So yeah, say hello to DamNed.
Hey everybody.
And yeah, a lot of hype Pikachus in the chat already, I see. Nice. And that should be a lot of fun. And we decided to jump into the competition ourselves, and the competition is hot, so we will see how far we can go. As it's 8 teams on the start. The Warriors, the Band de Camp. I probably slaughtered that French word. I'm optimistic. The Beer Get, which is not Beer Get anymore. I think it's now... it's hard to find a American word that goes well with get, but it's now an American French combo. Pact Suffers, that's fake news, but
Nice. You don't see that one.
yeah, then us, Zerg be damned, die Schiere Lohner, Schreckus, and the Naked Tunguska. Someone having affection for the Tunguska there, it seems. And since the latest patch, I have to agree. The Tunguska is pretty cool. So, yeah. It should be an interesting one.
He's now alive.
And yeah, we are up in the first one against the Schiere Lohner, which will be a NATO on NATO batch. 2nd Panzer Grenadier and 8th Infantry on their side. And we have the cool combo of Territorialkommando Süd and the 82nd Airborne. So this should be interesting.
The small guns.
Yeah, this small infantry spam on our side. On a really open map for map 1, so let's see if we will survive, as the first map will be Vertigo. Then it will be Chemicals 2v2, which I'm really looking forward to, and I hope we can play on. But I'm also looking forward to cast it if not. And then we are up for 2 ways in the end. So, yeah, should be interesting. Should be cool. And I would say we should get ready for our first match. I will check in with our opponents. So, how's your Friday so far?
Very nice, very nice. And a lot of stuff on the wing today, and we have to see some. We have to play a game this afternoon, so that's fine. It was like a little training for tonight.
Nice. Is it still as hot in Paris as it is in over here, or is it?
I'm not in Paris. In fact, I'm most near Bordeaux.
Oh, so you're. So it's even hotter then, isn't it?
Yeah. We had huge forest fire.
Ooh, okay.
And very, very hot weather. But it's better right now.
Okay, I'd send you the invite code for the game, as our opponents
Got it.
Are waiting there. Yes. Oof. Oh boy. And so, is the 82nd your favorite division, or what would you describe currently as your favorite division? And is it the favorite division?
One of my favorites so far. Yeah, I really like playing with infantry, and yeah, it's a very. I like the idea that the forward deployment is very effective in the early game, but it's a division that can really struggle if the game run long, and it's very interesting to play and to try to manage its advantages and keep it to the end of the game. So I really like playing with it. Yeah. Is the Takudo your favorite one too?
My favorite one, I think, is the KDA, because I'm an East German and I like spam. So, but on the NATO side, Commando Süd, and I would say 3rd US Armored are my favorites. But the question is, Will this stay your favorite division, or are you more looking forward to the Frenchies?
Oh yeah, I'm so looking forward for the friendship. It always have been, yeah, like since the first war game. I was player back in the time. I was not working with Eugene, and it's it. I think I played like 90% of my time on every war game was with French divisions. I'm
Okay.
so looking forward for it. No, on our side we got some, so I can test them and try them, but mostly for work, so I can't play with them really. But it's really a pleasure to see some French units so far.
Yeah. This, I'm also looking forward to the French, but I must say I even look more forward to the British tanks because I'm really interested to see
Yeah,
the challengers.
I think that was British and French division or armies before was always my first picks, always.
Yeah, the chat is also cheering for the UK. We had Ben Danner always the propagandist when it comes to British propaganda. Already tried to
Well,
play
I'm not
the
surprised.
UK suffer card before the UK even came out. Okay, so yeah, this is not the easiest map for us. Uh,
Yeah, definitely.
I think we should try to secure the town on the right ASAP.
Yeah, I
We,
think I'll go there. I with the 82, I got an advantage here.
yeah, I think we will replace two AMX, one on your side to help you out, and one on the left side. And then let's see, what can we do here? What is my long range? I guess I gotta use a lot of Milan 2s.
Yeah, very useful unit.
Yeah, the British unit's obviously superior. Obviously. The British fan club is uniting in the chat. Okay, let's get some the the French forces out that secretly carry this division, even though it says German on front. The AMX, the Mirages, the Gazelles, and the Eyehawks are carrying this division. Like, but on the base are a lot of German infantry units, which I really enjoy. Like the Jäger spam is quite a lot of fun to use as well.
Yeah, I have to say the last two division are really fun to play with.
Yeah, as someone who played a lot of Koruk 559 and Division Tatra, Panzer Division
Mm.
Tatra, I'm familiar with how to use the rearguard units to success, so this should be interesting. Yeah, the enemy has some strong forces. Leopards, TOW2s, some M1s. Won't be easy. I think I gotta use my Hot 2s and my Milans. So any more ideas of how to use this here right now? What is your base idea outside of running to alpha?
I think I have to secure the right flank to be able to make some pressure and position from here to cut the potential reinforcement.
Yeah,
And if I manage to do this, we can aim some time, then I can go with you on the left side to make a push if I can secure this quickly. That's the plan right now, but as we know, the first casualty in war is the battle plan. So we'll see if it works or not.
yeah, yeah. As I said, I will try to give you an AMX that gets into a good position on the left. Trying to find the perfect position for it. And yeah, we will have some Fallschirmjägers against us as well, so there will be, we won't be unopposed in the forward deployment. Maybe I will have some Fallschirmjäger versus Fallschirmjäger battle with my elite Fallschirmjäger V1 recons. That would be interesting.
An dieser Koordinate absitzen.
Répétez, contrôle.
I think I will just try to secure the open field with 2 Milan 2s. And lock it down and some recon units so that they can't just do a daring push through the center.
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant.
Then I got 1 CV from my side. And
Yeah, I bring in 1 Sticker Bravo, and Alpha will be there later if everything goes well.
yeah, that's... Yeah, I will bring 1 for Delta as well. And then... do we need... So you bring some Vulcans, okay. I thought about bringing Ihawk on each side as well, but I might need more infantry instead.
Yeah.
Or more AMXs. That's... I feel like you can't have too many AMXs. Yeah, I go with Ihawk.
Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? An dieser Koordinate absitzen.
We have a Milan 1, we have some Jaegers. Let's get some Green Berets.
Yes, sir.
Just the best of this division.
Bring us there, taxi.
Ooh, and then I have perfect amount of points for Bofors. That sounds great. Okay, I would be ready.
Okay, I think I'm good too.
Sure thing.
I should send you some Stinger as fast as possible.
I have an Ihawk and a Bofors, but yeah, we will see how it goes with enemy helicopters. There shouldn't be too many. So I don't think we need man-pads too badly in this matchup. A second doesn't have any helicopters that do much against us. And then there's the, like, up to 6 Cobras maybe in the 8th, but with those we should be able to deal. Do you bring any of the... No, you don't start with any Alpha Birds. Ah, but an ATAS, okay.
What are you looking for? Sorry?
The not the Alpha Bird, the... What's the small helicopter called? God, the Little Bird.
Yeah. No, I prefer the ATAS just for the anti-air capacity early and the rockets. So
yeah,
it allows you to have a little counter from air and ground too. So I prefer that one.
Yeah, the GTA player in me just loves to see the Little Bird
Dort müssen wir hin.
flying that thing in GTA and now flying it in WARNO is kind of funny. Realizing that it actually was of military use and not just there for some gangsters fly around with.
Der Kommandant begrüßt Sie an Bord.
Okay.
Je vous écoute.
Enemy contact. Okay. Yeah, there come the Fallschirmjägers.
Quels sont les ordres? La cavalerie est à votre service. Cible devant, prêt à attaquer.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Abgesessene Kampfweise. Kamerad am Boden. Sani!
Je vous écoute, contrôle.
den wir mal gewaltsam aufklären.
Oh, oh. Okay.
Copy. Right up. Get in formation.
Ah, no. I shouldn't fly there.
People here.
Erledigen.
Oh, that's a lot of units there coming
Yeah.
down your lane.
Nous sommes sous le feu. Halt. Vous dites
Oh, Leo 2A3 coming down my lane.
en arrière. Doucement.
Ooh, that was close.
Unsere Fahrraketen sind abschussbereit. Wir stehen unter Beschuss!
He made a really good opening.
Yeah.
Prêt à attaquer.
Frère, c'est pas passé. En formation de combat. En arrière. En arrière.
Ah, okay.
Oui. En marche arrière.
Leo 2A3. Let's hope I can cluster that. No.
Copy. Right up.
Okay.
Get in formation.
Oh no.
Frère, c'est pas passé.
Ooh. No! Ah.
Luftverteidigung
Starting to lose my AMXs all. Gesaltkanon.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Affirmativ.
Beware. Commies nearby.
Let's get the Mirage out.
Oh shit.
That-
That's really not good at all. It's
Yeah.
a very, very bad start.
Let's start to try to fight this back. My side also didn't went as planned.
Oberst droit devant.
I would say if I would.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides.
Oh,
Rückwärts, rückwärts!
Fallschirmjägers coming up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Out there, you shoot first and ask questions later. Second platoon, ready, sir.
Come on, Green Berets.
Popov droit devant. Mettez-vous en formation.
Je suis touché.
Für uns ist kein Auftrag zu schwer, kein Kampf zu hart. Melde Zug zur Stelle.
Ah, I'm hit.
Hmm.
Copy, right up. Get in
Oh,
formation.
watch out. I think they're already in that. Yeah, you have to unload your engineers.
Yeah.
They're already in there.
Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt!
Baker 5, ready. Medic!
Okay, what's in that building? Okay.
Vert et bleu à vos ordres.
More Fallschirmjägers.
Beware, commies nearby.
Wen sollen wir mitnehmen? Fertig machen zum Sprung, wir greifen gleich an. Wir sind bereit, die Kampfhaltung.
Yeah, they have a strong setup.
Yeah, really, really.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium! Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt! Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an. Feind
Oh.
gesichtet.
Ah, I'm hit.
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. Motor an, Abfahrt!
Au rapport.
Get a supply.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen. Sammeln, Befehlsausgabe.
Okay. Ooh. That still got through. That's good. Your airborne scouts up there is kind of important. That's good.
Geben Sie uns einfach ein Ziel.
Hmm.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Okay.
You have orders, Captain?
Let's see. Maybe I can use my Gesaltkanon on your side a bit better. Kanonjagd Panzers.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides.
Okay, I don't think it's quite over, but it will be a really tough fight to try get back.
It's gonna be really hard. I wasn't expecting to be pushed that much in the middle.
They had a really good split setup with the Fallschirmjägers and then the
Yeah.
other one following it up with
Verdammt!
M60s and M1s.
Auf Empfang. Verstanden. Verlegen. Ende. Donnez-moi une cible au sol. Je suis à court de friandises. Compris.
Oh,
An alle. Pokémon-Prüfung.
Chappies.
Sunny!
Attendons vos instructions.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
Oh no.
Deckung!
I think we can't quite beat the M1.
Wurden getroffen. Dafür ist unsere Panzerung nicht gemacht. Wer braucht schon einen Turm?
Okay, the Milan is doing a good job.
Allumez tous les rescoffs que vous verrez.
Den wollen wir knacken. Kamerad am Boden. Sunny!
Everybody check your M. L'arrière. Doucement.
Oh,
Je vous
ah,
écoute.
it's a 1A5. No, no, no.
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen.
Flip-flap à l'écoute.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es
Uh
hat mich
oh,
erwischt.
artillery.
Geben Sie uns einfach einen Befehl. Verdammt, es hat einen erwischt.
Okay.
Cible devant, prêt à attaquer. En marche arrière.
That was pretty good by them.
Bien reçu.
You land there.
Il y a du nouveau.
Come on, Gazelle.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
Dran, drauf, drüber.
Nice. Leo 1 is down.
Morphium.
Okay, let's
hässlichen Klopperei etwas Würde.
try to use this artillery a bit and get some infantry up here.
Yeah, you have to.
Cible devant, prêt à attaquer.
If we could get infantry through the right on your side and then maybe into that deep forest, we could work out. Do you have mortars, right?
Kamerad am Boden.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of mortars for smoke, so that we can get from one forest into the other, and then we maybe could do some work there. I will try to get some Milan ones up there.
Right up. Get in formation. Vous dites à la chasse au coco.
Yeah.
Wir sind ganz Ohr.
Okay, so far.
Oh, fuck.
Verdammt, es hat einen erwischt.
What happened?
I didn't see his Cobra incoming.
Ah, okay.
Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Let's try to hunt down their Eyehawks. Let's get.
Kamerad am Boden. Sunny!
Oh no.
Marsch, marsch.
Leo 2. No. Disengage, guys.
Eilmarsch. Auf geht's, Männer.
They're not quite close enough yet.
Den sollen wir
Okay.
mitnehmen.
Répétez, Contrôle.
An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet.
Donnez-moi une cible au sol.
Zugleich.
Okay, I'm getting a 4 battery artillery set up so that we can try to deal with their Eyehawks
Zugleich.
in the rear.
Bereit für die Feuermission.
Je suis à court de friandises.
Ah, I think my Mirage is toast.
Geben Sie
Yes.
uns einfach ein Ziel.
Kamerad am Boden. Sunny!
Für uns ist kein Auftrag zu schwer, kein Kampf zu hart.
Feind gesichtet.
Oh, oh.
Oh, fuck.
That's not great.
No.
Ça charge là.
Ah, okay, Chaparral on the front line.
Haben Sie neue Zielkoordinaten?
Okay, I'm getting their Eyehawks slowly but surely.
400 zulegen. 2 Strich rechts. Feuer!
Feind nicht viel. Wird nur Flächenziel.
This
Der
is great.
Turbo kann eingeleitet werden.
Okay. They're still on a +2. But I'm close to getting...
Compris.
Allumez tous les ruscoffs que vous verrez.
civilian on the left side. Okay, we got one Eyehawk. Let's get the next one.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
Okay, we have an entrance on the right. Let's go.
Yeah, we have to.
Feind im Nahbereich.
Augen auf.
Can we change?
Je vous écoute, contrôle.
Okay.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an.
Ah, okay, I will set up some Eyehawks for us in the middle as well now. But in the future, they wanted to have it that easy. Oh my god, your leader is
Artillerie ist zu dienen.
not gonna survive for too much longer.
Geschützt wird auf
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
think so.
I'm trying to hit their artillery with my artillery.
Be careful. Enemies nearby.
Oh no, it's routed. Okay.
Il y a deux types de pilotes.
Oh, the Alpha Jets.
Trois.
No.
Befehlsausgabe.
Aigle 1. Je vous reçois. Je me tire d'ici.
Arc. Okay, let's get the... Okay, we got the tornado. Oh no, fighting falcons. Ah, why did you have to nerf the F-15's ECM?
Je suis à court de friandises.
J'en prends tous les côtés.
Feuerbereit. Feuermission wird ausgeführt.
Mich hat's erwischt.
Welche
Oh,
Luftwaffe ab?
nah, tornado. Okay.
Copy. Right up. Get in formation.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanteristen und sein Gewehr an.
Mm. Oh, watch out on my side. Your TOW 2.
Yes, sir.
Oh, fuck.
Il y a du nouveau.
That Carl Gustav infantry there is bad. Oh no. I didn't watch out
Melde
myself.
zur Stelle.
Okay, we are back in there. That's good. Are we getting our way back in here?
Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren.
No, we are...
Und abbrechen.
Ja, Hauptmann.
For everyone wondering in chat, we are just playing on the normal build. It's no preview build, no new map this time.
300 abbrechen, 6 Schuss, Ende.
Melde Zug zur Stelle. Feuer und Bewegung.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is actually not looking too bad. I will try to be a bit sneaky now. Ooh, nice. But they got us. Okay, okay. But I have an Iltus leader on the right.
Yeah.
Should be able to get in there again.
Ready to trail.
Fertig macht zum Sprung. Wir greifen gleich an.
Bereit für die Feuermission.
Okay, artillery. Nice. Artillery nearly killing that Leo 1. And I have 2 more guns to bring in. Yeah, and battery of 6, the 155mm already does a pretty decent job.
Get in formation. Achtung! Medic!
So I'm not quite sure if the investment is worthwhile, but I thought maybe nobody expects
Everybody check
heavy
the map.
artillery in the current build, so let's try to surprise them.
Overkill gibt's nicht. Popov, droit devant.
Oh no.
Mettez-vous en formation. Ryan, get down. Feuer und Bewegung. Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant.
Das habe ich auch schon schneller gesehen.
Sally!
Feuerschlag unterwegs. An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet.
Oh, nice.
Pioniere bereit.
They haven't spotted your TOW2 on the left. That TOW2 is a lifesaver right now.
Der Kavallerie ist unterwegs.
True.
Welt von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Kennt nur Flächenziel. Bereit für die
Okay.
Feuermission.
Oh.
Es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Oui. Wir schaffen es nicht.
Mm,
Der Tank wird auch munitioniert.
come on.
An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet. Sanitäter! Attendons vos instructions.
Okay. Oh, nice. You got the CV.
Yeah, I did. That was my suicide mission, but it worked.
Starter Angriff. Zielgebiet melden. Deckung!
Oh no, I'm up against a lot of
Schon gefasst und
Leos now
marschbereit.
on that side.
Guck nach oben. Wir brauchen Munition. Deckung!
Okay, 1 Milan, 2 on the way.
Verschossen. Klappspann frei. Ah, mein Bein! Mein Bein!
But at least we have them on the draw now.
Ja, Hauptmann. Wir schaffen es nicht!
Ich habe kein gutes Gefühl bei der Sache. Löwe hört?
Mm,
En support de la BIF. Halt! Flip-flap à l'écoute.
get you out.
Car, voilà. Get in formation.
Super
On
Puma.
revient toujours au fantassin et son fusil.
Nice.
Je vous écoute. J'en prends plein la tronche.
Oh no. Okay, let's see.
Wir können ihre Truppen auffischen. Vollgas voraus.
Hauptmann.
Oh, you got through there. Nice. Nice. And one got got.
Wo wir sind, wird
Yeah, our
gefahren.
push to the right finally is working out. We not as quickly as we hoped, but
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann. Feuerschlag unterwegs.
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant. An dieser Koordinate absitzen.
En formation d'attaque.
No,
Was?
that was, no. Bad idea, bad idea.
Dran, drauf, drüber. Ah, es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Bereit für die Feuermission. Welt von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Kennt nur Flächen.
ah.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Welt von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Kennt nur Flächenziel.
Hawks, nice.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Thanks. Some Milan 2. Some Green Berets.
Neue Aufträge?
Okay.
Zugleich.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt, verdammt.
This should work out.
Je vois le mouvement. Soyez prêts.
Should work out.
Drauf, drüber.
Nice. I got their CV again. I think at least I got it. Do they have more? It seems like they have more than one now.
Artillerie zu Dienst. Enemy at 3 o'clock high.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Ja, Hauptmann.
Eine Schüsse und munitionieren im Bereitschaftsbunker.
À vos ordres. Quels sont les ordres?
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
Vitesse de combat.
Ooh.
Véhicule anti-char barré, chef.
I think I got them pushed out here.
Im nächsten Auslaufpunkt.
Okay, I got a CV in on the left. We have them on a draw again.
Bereit für die Feuermission.
And my artillery barrage is now really, really strong. I just... Oh, I could try to hit all their mortars, maybe. That could be something.
Nur Flächenziel.
Be careful. Enemies nearby. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides.
If you have any target for artillery, like any anti-tank gun, any ATGMs or so,
Yeah.
let me know.
But I would say here.
Beeilung! Marsch, Marsch! Feuerunterstützung bereit.
Okay,
300 abbrechen, 6 Schuss.
next salvo is going there. Oh yeah, there's a TOW2 there as well, after the pivot. Oh, you got the pivot already, okay.
Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Okay, then the TOW2 is the next target.
Wen sollen wir mitnehmen?
En marche arrière.
Oh no. Oh no. No!
Soyez prêts.
A Leo 2 that actually missed. That never happens.
Verdammt! Fahrer, rückwärts, Marsch! Panzer einsatzbereit! Verschossen! Keine Munition mehr!
Véhicule anti-char barré, chef.
On en revient toujours au fantassin et son fusil.
Ja, Alpha, kampfbereit.
Nice.
Feindliche Einheit erkannt. Was sind Ihre Befehle? Merci. Overkill gibt's nicht. Oui, Contrôle.
Oh, cluster, cluster. I lost line of sight. Okay, I think I got the kill. Nice.
Mon corgé est touché.
All of you back. So it's time for some ATGMs.
Halt. Je vois le mouvement. Soyez prêts. Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Kommandant. Das war die letzte Granate. Feuerbereit. Geschütz wird auf Ziel ausgerichtet.
Oh.
Coming, weiter. Get in formation.
If you ever spot the enemy's CV, let me know.
Okay.
Stelle bereit.
Oh, that's
Zu
a good soft target.
Chasseur, à vos ordres.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Feuerunterstützung bereit.
Ist es dort wirklich sicher? Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt!
Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Neuen Einsatzraum?
Flip-flop à l'écoute.
Okay.
En arrière, doucement.
Melde Zug zur Stelle. Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Prêt à partir en chasse.
D-
Wir bewegen alles.
they're pushing again. Oh no.
Yeah. It's bad.
Oh no.
Sally!
Haben Sie neue Zielkoordinaten?
Feindliche Einheit erkannt.
300 abbrechen, 6 Schuss, Ende.
Oh, you have those small... Okay.
Brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft. Los, richten Sie los. Hält von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Hätten nur Flächenziel.
Mhm.
Das war die letzte
Oh.
Granate. Hält von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Kennt nur Flächenziel. Weder Freund noch Feind.
Ah, you're out of ammo. Oh, you're out of ammo as well. Okay. That's not great. Yeah, I'm running out of ammo on my artillery.
Ihre
If
Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Oh, fuck.
if you have any
Neue
left,
Zielkoordinaten.
could use some at my artillery park in the rear.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium! Rückwärts, raus!
Okay.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Ah, it's Panzermörser. Okay, that's why they don't die so easily.
Feuerunterstützung bereit. Overkill gibt's nicht.
Und eine Verbotszone schaffen. Anhalten, wir warten hier. Wir können Ihre Truppen auffrischen.
Ah, no. Wrong moment.
Neue Befehle? Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Monsieur. 400 zulegen. 2 Strich rechts. Feuer!
Vermeda, écoutez le chef.
Copy. Right up. Get in formation.
Melde Zug zur Stelle. Marsch, Marsch! Scheiße, war das!
Mhm.
Haben Sie neue Zielkoordinaten? 400 zulegen. 2 Strich rechts. Feuer!
Sprung auf! Marsch, Marsch!
Bravo sauber.
Ara! Langsam rückwärts machen!
Das war die letzte Granate.
Okay.
Sunny! Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Feuer bereit. 400 zulegen. 2 Strich rechts. Feuer!
Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt! Sammeln, Befehlsausgabe.
My storm over the open is not going so well.
Anker!
Hmm.
Wirf! Encore un
Oh,
consignment est mort.
fuck, 10 minutes. That's bad.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium! Zu Befehl, Kommandant.
400 zulegen. 2 Strich rechts. Feuer!
Nice. Good job, Milans.
Popov, droit devant. Mettez-vous en formation. Warten auf Luft- und Bodenziele. Hier Night 4. Vollauf Positionierung gestartet. Ende. Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt! Night 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Overkill gibt's nicht.
Sanitäter!
Oh, come on, Bofors. Nice.
Luftnahe Unterstützung bereit. Rottenführer auf Empfang.
Geschossen. Knappspaten frei. Cible devant prêt à attaquer. Ah, aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanke.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Deckung! Gut, ihr nach Verfügung, Kommandant.
Oh no. This is not going well.
Sanitäter!
Chat.
Artillerie zu Dienst. Hält von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Kennt nur Flächenziel.
We might not make it against Karma.
Enemy spotted.
Ja, Hauptmann.
Okay.
KI-Laden.
Yeah.
Ja, weiter. Get in formation. Fertig machen zum Sprung. Wir greifen gleich an.
We obviously have to blame the map for it. It's can't be anything else.
Nehmt alles unter Beschuss.
Wrong division.
Systemcheck durchgeführt.
For a really cool map though. It's for sure one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Wir haben Feindkontakt.
like it so far too.
Ah, mein Bein! Mein Bein!
Okay.
Beware, commies nearby. Deckung! Sprenggranaten geladen, feuerbereit.
Oh, you have a Chinook supply.
Ah, mein Bein! Mein Bein! Aufgerüttelt und bereit für den Kampf.
So
Sanitäter!
so
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen.
Deckung!
is this where their CV are?
Zugleich. Sanitäter! Bereit für die Feuermission.
Feind gesichtet. Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Geschütz, halt.
Okay.
Sanitäter!
Come on, they must run out of infantry eventually as well.
Je vous écoute, contrôle.
Yeah.
I'm going for some
Mich erwischt. Verdammt,
cheesy
das hat
action
mich
now.
erwischt.
Let's see how that works. Some
Droit devant.
aeromobile over the flanks.
Je suis touché!
Some French behind the line action.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides.
Ja, noch ein Treffer und es ist aus!
Rückwärts, rückwärts, rückwärts.
Taktische Feuerunterstützung bereit.
Gebt mir Morphium.
Oh, oh.
Gebt mir Morphium.
Flip-flap à l'écoute.
Wir stehen unter Beschuss. Rückwärts, rückwärts, rückwärts. Logistikkommando steht zu Ihrer Verfügung. Nachschub rollt. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Répétez, contrôle. J'en prends plein la tronche. Au rapport.
Oh, oh. No. No.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt,
No.
Répétez, contrôle.
Come on, unload.
Je suis touché. C'est trop chaud, je décroche.
Get them out. Ah!
Fahren Sie fort, Ground Control. Ah, je suis touché.
Tout le monde à terre. Quelles coordonnées?
Gebt mir Morphium. Gebt mir Morphium.
Attendons vos instructions.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh no.
Gebt mir Morphium. Gebt mir Morphium. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Sunny!
Fort éclair. Cible devant, prêt à attaquer.
Okay, they are prepared for this.
Là-haut.
Definitely.
GG.
Hubert, couche-toi. Rückwärts, rückwärts, rückwärts.
geladen, feuerbereit.
Sie wünschen, Hauptmann? Wir haben Feindkontakt. Dassin, Bitivier, avec moi. Neue Aufträge.
Oh,
Es hat mich
yeah,
erwischt,
rifles
verdammt,
coming in.
es hat mich erwischt.
That's more a desperate move here.
Yeah.
Sunny! Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
But where's the SCV? Is it even in there?
Erwischt, verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
I don't think it is. Where's...
Kills gibt's nicht.
Not sure though. I think it's in the city in the middle.
Mich erwischt, verdammt,
Yeah,
mich erwischt.
doesn't seem to be in there.
Zurück zum Leute aufmunitionieren.
Oh no.
Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir Morphium!
Oh! Oh!
Es gibt nur zwei Arten von Menschen. Artilleristen und Ziele.
Zu heiß! Muss abbrechen!
Yeah, where is it?
Sunny!
Loud and clear. Verstanden, Staffelführer.
Auf Empfang! Rückwärts! Rückwärts! Rückwärts!
Welt von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Mit nur rechten Ziel.
Oh oh.
Luftraum zu heiß. Ich bin raus.
Come on, Gesellkanon. I believe in you. Stop
This is all we have left.
Yeah, I'm having next to nothing. But I mean, that's my deck. At 30 seconds remaining, I want to empty out. Okay, I really have no clue where the CV is in the town. Checked everywhere, but couldn't find it. Maybe back there.
Granaten geladen, feuerbereit.
There it ain't either. Okay, interesting. GGVP, yeah.
Melde auftretenden Feind. Das war die
Was a
letzte
good game.
Granate.
Especially, I thought it would only be a 5-minute game. I was already really scared that we would be done after 5 minutes. But they made it more of a match later on. Oh boy.
We got our ass kicked thoroughly.
Yeah, that was a strong start on the other side. I must say, I didn't expect that. But my AMXs allowed me a bit to come back, and my artilleries really started to kick in later on. Yeah, I nearly got all their IHawks silenced, I think. But I wish to know where their CV was in the end.
Yeah, definitely gonna watch this replay.
So yeah, I guess we are now put into the commentator role for the rest of the
Yeah,
tournament.
and that's exactly what we wanted to do.
Yeah, obviously.
That was the plan. We don't aim for the final. Why go
Yeah.
to the final?
Yeah.
We
know.
don't need to comment. Just comment.
Okay, and yeah, as expected, Karma has won the first round as well.
No surprise here.
Hippies Pact suffers. The fake news group has won as well. So far, all the Pact divisions have won their games, so
They do not suffer that much, finally.
so we have. Oh no! Wait, Hippie? Wait, did Hippie win? Oh, did Hippie win against Derek? That would be interesting. Hippie won. Strong.
Oh,
So,
that's the first surprise.
yeah. Okay. The Naked Tunguska sadly is out as well. But
Mm.
we will see what...
I have to say, I feel I'm sorry for Derek, but I feel a bit better because he's one of the fucking greatest player in this game. I saw some of his games and he's a very, very, very good player. And such a good player being eliminated in first round, so I'm glad I'm eliminated in first round. So that's okay. So better player than me can be eliminated too, so it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, being eliminated in the same round as
I really was thinking that Derek will go to the finals.
yeah, and yeah, it's an honor to be in the kicked out in the same round as him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm honored now. That's good.
Okay, so yeah, all but one game's played already. That's nice as well. We're in schedule mostly. Um, uh, okay. Okay. Nice. Thanks for the raid, Phoenix. I hope you're not too disappointed. Yeah, the myth of Eugen not playing their game is hopefully slowly dying out. They compared to to Steel Division, I for sure see a lot more of you on WARNO though. I must say, I have seen a lot of Eugen guy. So, DamNed, you ready for some hard questions?
Yeah, for sure.
So let's start with what's your favorite Eugen game outside of WARNO? How did you got to this game to become part of
Uh,
Eugen?
I started with War Game Open Escalation, the first of the War Game series, and I immediately love it. Agent System became one of my favorite dev studios, also because they were French, obviously. But the game was great, and I'm a huge RTS player since I was young. I played like games like Sudden Strike, of course, Command and Conquer. Uh, Type of Close Combat, excellent series, Earth of Iron. And I discovered Wargame European Escalation. I saw that there were a French army in it, and it was so refreshing and so great to play with French units. And it all started here. Then I did mostly the Wargame series, not so much the Steel Division series. Even if I'm a huge fan of Second World War RTS, but the war game really keeps me on it, and I played every iteration, every title in the war game series, and I loved it so far.
So you joined Eugen between like for when did you join Eugen?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the youngest here in the Eugen studio because I joined like 5 months ago,
Ah,
fifth,
okay.
6 months ago. I'm a youngster here.
So
So very glad because it was definitely one of my favorite studio, and it was really honored to have the opportunity to work with them.
yeah, okay. And since you joined with WARNO, and so what's your part at working at Eugen? What are you working in what department?
Yeah, I'm a Q&A tester. So I'm the one in the front line when as I said last time, I'm the one on the front line when the siege storm is coming. It's really interesting. What I really love working here because we are a small studio, and we are kind of like jack of all tools, you know. We are not restricted to our specific area. Uh, we have um, we have to talk with different departments. We are involved in the artificial intelligence dev with our feedback. We also have some work with the game design on the game design part. Because we're a small studio, we have to be on different front. We stick, of course, our main goal is to be in our department, but we exchange a lot, we discuss a lot about the different aspects of the game, and that makes this really, really interesting because everyone can bring something, and everyone is listened, and I'm really surprised, and it's really great to work in that conditions.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds. Yeah, I absolutely get that. Yeah, like for me, from the outside perspective, also was always enjoyable so far with working with you guys, and yeah, it's a small studio that sometimes people also always seem to forget. But yeah, it's
Yeah, but that's the good point. In fact, if people forgot we are a small studio, that means our work is based on our quality, and that's a good feedback.
okay. So we're on to the semifinals, by the way. So I really want to watch the Karma versus.
Of course, we want to. I totally agree.
Yeah, so want to see if Trace's push also works out versus Karma, and yeah, let's see how those games go up. The next map will be one of the new ones, one of the recuts, and that one is the beautiful map of. There's no spectate up yet, I think. Yeah, okay. I will let you know. Or, no, that is not up just yet. What I wanted to say. Now I'm hung up. The map we are on is Chemicals 2v2, one of my favorite ones out of the new big Masena map pack, out of the recuts. Based, I think, on one of the ideas that we have seen, and it's one of the new versions of a river map that we haven't seen on a Fusion game before, if I'm not wrong. Like, if we look at it, it has a river that goes from north to south, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not knowing the Wargame series, but at least in Steel Division, we didn't have any map where such a big river was going from north to south. Like, we have it on Gora Cavaria in the 10v10 version, but that's only like part of the map. But here it's really the main feature of the whole map. So I'm interested to see how the player will adapt to playing around the island, playing around the forest, and the small part on the left side. And that should be pretty interesting. Also, thanks for all the new follows. Thanks for all the Twitch Primes. Much appreciated. There was one in European Escalation, okay. Yeah. Okay. But in this, big size of a river, I think it's the first time. I think it's the first one. Or, yeah. So that should be pretty interesting. As I also think none of the players has too much experience on it yet. And the follows are just flying in. Yeah. So where would you play this map? Like, how would you approach this map, DamNed? If you would you be a cheeky flank player trying to go over through it, or would you be?
I definitely would try to go on this small part on the right, definitely. But I don't think it's very, very effective on that map. It's I like the original version of the map and the huge firefight that goes in the middle. Tricky one. There is very few open space, so you have to go all for close combat here. So I think I will play with a huge RT support for smoke and suppression, and to cover the attack moves. I would play a lot of I think I would play a lot of artillery and close combat units, and definitely try to on the left flank to secure the forest near Helena. to be sure to block this path and then focus on the middle. That's how I would try it, I think.
Yeah, I think with the divisions we had chosen, we could also have tried to push through here from center to Eleanor. The divisions we will see are obviously the 2nd Pencil Grenadier and 8th Infantry, and then on the other side, it's 39th and 79th, so the both OG Soviet divisions with a lot of T-80s and T-62s and all those motor Strelkys. So I guess I would also expect them to try to fight for Dimitri. But get it.
But the left flank can be really interesting because if you manage to push through Elena and to secure to at least be very aggressive there, you can block the path and the bridge to Dimitri. So it could be really interesting to try to focus on the left and just block, just to cut the rear, you know, just to cut the reinforcement and help on the middle.
Yep. I just asked the player to host with spectate, and then hopefully we can jump in there in a second. So, as you have talked about heavy artillery, can you tell us a bit about what is coming for artillery?
No, that's top secret.
Okay.
That's top secret stuff. No problem. We're working on it right now. We've got several ideas to make it a little more interesting. I'm not sure what I can tell you about this topic exactly, but the main topic, and I think there's no problem telling this, the main problem was on mostly on the splash damage, which was maybe a little too tiny, and was not enough effective even in suppression matter. So we're working on that part, and there is 1 or 2 features we are trying right now. I will not tell you about, but to make it really interesting too, and to try to just not let the artillery apart, but to make it work with other units in the game. So I think it's gonna be interesting. We're working on it on those days, and I had to try some stuff today. I was working on it today, so we're working. We have good work on this right now, and I think we are on a good path here. But artillery is kind of tricky because if you make it just a little bit too deadly, it can quickly turn into a artillery fest, you know. Where,
when artillery becomes the solution for everything, the game becomes
exactly, and that's definitely not what we want. Artillery are not sniper rifle. It's here to suppress. It's here to help on attack move. It's here to help your infantry, but it's not here to wipe everything in the map. As long as you shoot somewhere, it's not the aim, and it's not even how the artillery is working in real life. So this is there is a lot of balance and tests to do to be sure that we find the exact good spot in the artillery matter.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because in Steel Division 1, I'm currently in Steel Division 2, I'm currently known as a bit of an artillery spammer in 1v1. Like, I just played in the tournament finals, and yeah, even there I tried to cheekily arty spam my opponent. Though, yeah, I agree with you that too deadly artillery is not that great, and it's one of the reasons why, in my eyes, Steel Division 2's 10v10s are not as good as the 10v10s are in WARNO, or the 10v10s are in Steel Division Normandy 44, as the artillery feels a bit too overwhelming, but at least we don't have off-map in WARNO, so that already is a big improvement in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that I think it's gonna be interesting to see how make it work exactly, and mostly also because we are the FOB that will be come back in the game. So this have to be taken into account, because if we bring back the FOB, We definitely don't want people to put an FOB at the end of the map and put like 8 or 10 artillery just around and spam artillery everywhere. So it will work also with the supply. It's very important. Those two problematics work together.
Yes, yes. If artillery also can fire endless without keeping supply in mind, that also is an issue. Like, I liked it in the last game, that I was like... I tried to spam artillery throughout the game, but after 20 minutes, I really felt like I was running out of supply. And I kind of liked that, to be honest. That I had that I couldn't just... Oh, yeah, I muted myself there for a second. I'm a fool. I... Okay, yeah. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that artillery work. Because, yeah, as I said, I really liked that I was running out of artillery in the end. Super secret announcement.
The idea to not just to not telling yourself that you have infinite ammunition for all the game and you can artillery everywhere, but you have to select where you are gonna strike with your artillery is very interesting. So you have to manage your ammunition, and I think it's important.
Okay, as it seems like Karma and their opponent take a bit longer, should we jump into the other semifinal? The Warriors
Sure.
Warriors versus the Pact Suffers. The ones who want to lull their opponents into security by saying that they're playing the weak faction and then overwhelm them. Oh. And they even use their national flags. Always something that I liked in Eugen games. Those color codes, those flag codes. Do you know if there are any new ones added, any secret ones in that regard?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
That's not my department, so I can't be sure about that, but not that I'm aware of.
Okay, yeah. That, I guess we might see new nations there eventually, though, if we see new nations in the game. Still secretly hoping for Italy. And I know a lot of people are hoping Italy with automatic. all the Wargame meme fans out there who play Denmark with the automatic in Wargame Red Dragon. So
yeah, that's something I really loved about Wargame. Was all the country you could have. That was amazing.
That came out on the wrong side. So we have, what is the team's names against? Yeah, Pact Suffers versus, what was the other team names again? Ah, yeah, the Warriors Warriors, the other big Discord currently for WARNO that is not the official one or the Steel Division one. It's the ST League one. The Warriors Discord. Really cool guys out there as well, who plan to organize more tournaments in the future as well. Really looking forward for the competitive scene to come around in the near future. Let's see. So they seem to bring a lot of forces into the forest in the north. They might go for what you said, cutting off the bridges at Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of English, a lot of British people there as well. I think a wooden box, you can also make your name big. Like, but yeah, you can change colors and you can put in some flags. don't know if you can in Warno yet put in decals of divisions. That was something you could do in Steel Division for some divisions at least. I'm not sure if you could put if all divisions had a code next to your name, but obviously that could happen. So yeah, 8th versus and second 82nd would last week have been for sure the best combo, but luckily the hotfix changed that. And now the Dragon 2 infantry is still strong for sure, but it's not as spammable anymore, and it's also a bit more pricey. So we will see if the 39th infantry, which when it comes down to Kama's testing at least, is supposedly stronger in the 1v1 infantry fight, can keep up with them. Well, yeah, I guess the planning... Xuxi is asking in the chat if the Scandinavian, if plans to add Scandinavia on in the future. I guess the planning is not that far advanced yet. So
Yeah, definitely not. We'll focus, as we really want to focus on the fact that the war started in the Sentag, so in Berlin, and that we will focus mainly on the main forces that were there. So definitely, I can't, I don't know exactly what's on schedule on that part. It's not my department and it's not my work here.
yes,
But we have to say, of course, we know there is a lot of expectation, different, and everyone wants to see his country and his army in it, and that's totally normal. And of course, but we will see in the future. We'll try already to focus on what we have to do now, and there is still a lot of work to do. But there is some country, of course, that will not be there, just historically speaking.
yeah. I think MedMed already hinted at that there's for sure the potential for all the like South Egg and North Egg things, but yeah, what comes after that, we will see how it goes in the future.
Exactly.
But first, like the three main campaigns will all be around Senteg, right?
Yeah.
In the base game, yeah. One question that I I personally also have, and is about Army General multiplayer, because a lot of, I don't know if you know anything, so it's just a question. Will there be more than 1v1 multiplayer, or is that still in the planning? Is that still too early to ask? Yeah.
It's definitely too early to ask.
Okay.
And I will not give you this information. But what I can say is that Army General looks amazing. It's still under AV development right now. A lot of work to do on this, but as at the moment the results are really great, and I really like the aspect and how the Army General is shaping right now, and it's gonna be really nice in my opinion. But that's totally a personal opinion here.
So is it is that did you? Yeah. So what question in the personal department? What was the most fun so far working on WARNO, and what was maybe the most frustrating moment to work at? Like, what was the thing that felt easy but never got fixed and took way longer than you expected or so?
So many things. I honestly, I really love the thing I prefer, I think, is the fact that it's just so amazing when you have something that bother you. You know there is an issue somewhere and you don't know where it comes from. You have some leads but you're not sure and you're struggling with it. And when you finally find how it works and how it came up, and you really find what the problem is, it's so satisfying. Maybe it may sound stupid, but really it's one of the part I prefer in that job. Just to find the tricky one, you know, the tricky part that bother you since days and days, and finally found how it reproduces, how to fix it. It's really fun, and it's a huge accomplishment in the work. I loved it. The most frustrating part, uh, I think, is kind of community related, because there is a lot of expectation, and that's a good point because. If there is a lot of expectation, that means people are used to our studio to make good work, and their expectations are high, and that's a really good thing. But sometimes you have feedback like, why didn't you correct this already? Why there is still this bug? Why this issue? And we have a lot of work, and we have to prioritize some stuff, and you just want to say, hey guys, we know we gonna fix this. We will work on this, that's for sure. But we can't just do everything everywhere every time. You know, you have to prioritize. We have some issue that takes some most time to fix, and we have to focus on this. So the most frustrating part is that I love this game. I love playing in multiplayer. We have a community that is great and competitive in the multiplayer, and that's a very good thing because you have really good multiplayer games, and that's something I really like. But me too, I want this game to develop faster. I want this game to be finished. I want this game to be perfect right now, and it's very frustrating because you just we also want this game to be perfect. We also want this game to be perfectly balanced. But we just go at our pace, and we just can't rush things. And we prefer, and I think it's a really good thing here. We prefer taking it not slow, but taking it at normal pace. I would say not rush things and deliver stuff that are totally broken. And that's a good way to have something good in the end. But the most frustrating part, I think, is this: you have to follow a schedule. You can't rush. You can't go as fast as you want. And you saw the game, and I'm a big player, and I love this game. Really, truly, personally, I love it, and I want it to be perfect and be developed as fast as possible. But you just can't, and that's frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, like I totally understand it. Like, we all see our pet projects as well, and then someone telling us like, why is this not ready yet? And you knowing yourself, yeah, I'm working for it for months, and it's like, yeah, I want it to be done as well, believe me. But yeah.
Exactly. Very strong opening in the middle.
Yeah. At which point are you in the replay right now? At which minute? So that I maybe
Let me see. Where am I? 35, 36.
wait, 36? Oh wait, 35. Okay, yeah, I've waited a bit for you. I'm at 35:40.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm at the 11 minutes 20 at the replay. Ooh, seed plane is coming in. Seed plane is not finding anything here. And yeah, a lot of fight up in the north in the forest. 2 players completely there at least. And then 2 players seem to be on the island. It seems to be the classic each player takes a flank split here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Blue got their CVs out a bit later, as the red 4 already is at 400 points. So that's a good advantage to push, and that means that the NATO forces have to go on the advance eventually. Spawn Trapper, they already announced that the editing in the lobby will return eventually.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I guess, yeah. It was taken out to prevent some kind of issue that would have occurred otherwise, or that occurred in the game.
Yeah, that was part of the problem, and we also wanted to try. we have issues with decks, even with some milestones or updates that all decks was creating some issue and even some crashes. So that was a problematic we have to work on, and we also tried to work around this and to see. We had a lot of feedback that a game wasn't starting because people were in editing their decks in the multiplayer, so there's a lot of time wasting. So it was kind of multiple tryout, bug and fixes, but also try to see if we focus player in the armory and not have to go in the armor, not to focus during the lobby multiplayer, how it will work. So it was a bit of part of those problematics.
Yeah, I see. Like, just trying to test out. I guess that's what the early access is also for.
Exactly.
Trying to test what is possible, what player like the most. I
Exactly.
also like that, like, that's why I like it more than how Eugen did it with previous alphas. Like, that we now have an early access that goes for long. Yes, you get a bit of an unfinished build, but also both you guys can listen to our feedback and we can give our feedback a bit more directly than just doing it off like some early builds we only see. Now we can actually put our hands on.
Yeah, exactly. That I think that was kind of a gamble here because it's really new for the series. But that's definitely, and that's a good thing you talk about it, because sometimes I see some player feedback that thinks that we don't care about players' feedback, and I assure you, you can't be so that wrong saying we don't see the feedback. We check it every day. We get a lot of datas, a lot of intels, and it helps us a lot on some problematics. And we definitely take good care about what players are bringing in, what they think about the game, how the meta is, about the balance, about the build. And it's really, really important. And as you said, it's an opportunity for us to try some stuff and to see how the community reacts, what they are expecting, what think it's better or not. So it's a tricky part because of course some people can be disappointed because they are expecting a game nearly finished right now, and they expect the game to be finished and to be perfectly working right now, and it can't be the case because it's an early access and we have a lot of work to do on it. But I think it's really good because we are building it with the community feedbacks, and the game can only be better in the end.
Yeah, as someone who was sometimes frustrated with Eugen's interactivity in the Steel Division series, especially in Steel Division Normandy 44, I must say it has improved so much over the last 4 years. Like, already in Steel Division 2, it was lovely to see the strike team come together, and by now also having the official Discord be such a vital and active place with interaction from, like, it feels like half of your team riding there from time to time. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, we try to focus. The level designers are mostly following, of course, every topic maps related. Game designers are here a lot. The boss also. Chief lead design is really looking into it. We do in the QA department. Of course, we are a lot on the Discord to see the feedback. So we use it a lot. We can't acknowledge every statement or everything players say because it would be way too time consuming. But we definitely are looking for it every day, I guess, on a daily basis.
Ooh, the BMP3 is really one of my favorite units in this game. BMP3 is really starting to eat into the mech rifles in the north.
Yeah, well used, it's so powerful.
Yeah, the 100mm gun is just so strong, and their ATGMs also fly so lovingly fast and wide. Like, that's something that on this map maybe is not so important, but on something like Death or the Vertigo map we just played, those 2,800 meter ranges on the ATGMs is something people really undervalue, I feel like. that you can just try to snipe all the NATO vehicles from what feels like half across the map.
Exactly. That's something I love. A lot of people pointed out that Soviet infantry was kind of weak, and it's true. It is. It's one of the weakest infantry in the game. But their purpose is to be played with the high and strong support of their vehicles, and it's really tricky to manage and to play well because it's very fragile. There is a lot of stuff that can kill them, so it's really hard to play. But when you in multiplayer, I play sometimes with people who were mastering Soviet division, and it was really hard time. When a player can really manage this infantry moves, backing up with the BMPs, it can be really strong and really difficult to stop.
Yes, I had the I would say pleasure maybe to play against Karma this week in ranked, playing myself as the 8th infantry, and he was playing the 39th, and it was such a tough match, and he obviously did beat me.
Yeah, it's really good. I love seeing where Derek's or Karma. But on your channel mostly, when I saw there was game from them, or I really enjoy watching it. It's impressive. There are really good players, and I definitely when you're in tournament and you know these guys are in, you know you're in trouble.
Yes, yeah, Karma, Rabbit, Squirrel, Derek, Fury Tanner, one of my favorite players when it comes to like he doesn't have the micro of a Derek or especially a Karma, but he always brings the ingenuity in there, really showing his cleverness there with bringing in some weird tactics. Like he was one of the first to really abuse the Su-25s and the rocket pods on them, which by now have become a standard of the Soviet player. Those goddamn Su-25s. When you see them and you realize your air defense is not quite up to par, you already see your points taking away in front of your eyes.
That's true.
Yeah, mech rifles and airbornes coming in big numbers, but they just don't make it through. The Soviet defense in the north is really strong, and a lot of BMP-2s holding the center in lockdown now. And I feel like we will see the Soviets win here as well. 39th plus 35th. I'm surprised the 35th doesn't bring in more airplanes than helicopters. So far, relatively ground-based. So I guess against the Stingers, like against the Avengers and Chaprals, it's not that easy. Chaprals, just like the Tunguska, really strong against helicopters with their long ranges. And I must say, like, yeah, I after the price change to the Tunguska, playing it this week, oh my god, I'm in love with 79th at the moment. Just like Tunguska is one of the reasons. The burrito, the TOS one.
Oh yeah, but I love this unit.
And then the TADU are a really unique kind of force to use.
Yeah, exactly. Buratino can be a game changer. If it's used well, it can be a really strong game changer.
Yeah, but like it for sure makes you worried about. You don't want all artillery to be this strong, that's for sure.
I know, when I see a Buratino in front of me, it immediately became my first priority. My first priority right now. I see it, okay, now I have to take this down.
But the Americans are sending in more and more Abrams here now to the south. And they, so far, are doing relatively well. Though there's still so much... There's so many BMP-2s. Oh my god, Hippie has a fleet of 7 BMP-2s here. And they currently overrun one position after another with their ATGMs. And their... Oh no, and the 20mm autocannons. Especially, the BMDs. Doing pretty well. And the northern part, yeah, the mech rifles and airbornes a bit stuck here. against the BMP-3's Saperi Motostrelki combo. But they still are at least at the halfway mark in the forest. Though not quite getting into the zone anymore. And in the south it feels like Red will not let any fluid units in here for the rest of the game. So I feel like we're seeing already the final position. Though maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
right. Yeah, you can a lot of reinforcement incoming, but the defensive positions are really strong now, and it would be really difficult to remove them.
What I would like to see from the NATO side is some smoke mortars. I think smoke mortars could really help here to allow for some pathways in. And
yeah, this is this map in the original version. This is a map, as I said before when we talked about the map and how I would play it. It's a map I usually play with more important artillery force, mostly for smoke, because the smoke can be very crucial in the middle.
yeah, smoke in general is so important in this game.
Yeah.
And
I see a few people really using it, and honestly, I don't understand why. This can be a game changer. Using smoke on some moves can be really effective.
I think you first have to see how effective it can be. You don't realize, because in everyone's mind, obviously the first thing is, how do I deal direct damage to my opponent? And smoke doesn't deal direct damage to the opponent, so you don't really think about it. But yeah, once you see someone like Puritaner use smoke against you, and you realize, wait, I can't do any, or like you feel like you can't do anything. Like I had 1 or 2 games where I practiced against Tanner, and I felt like I had it completely under control. And then he started to play with like 4 howitzers completely smoking non-stop for the rest of the game, and taking one position after another away from me. And I was like, after the game, how did that happen? And I realized his smoke play was just so strong, and I maybe should have counter-smoked. Like, it also always feels like quite tricky then to, what do you do when the enemy starts to get good smoke positions? And yeah, really something that I think a lot of people could learn, and that currently is for sure one of the best ways of allowing for attack. Especially as artillery maybe is a slight bit too weak in the direct hitting part. The smoke is still working. Like, smoke doesn't need a damage buff. Smoke already does exactly what it needs to do. It blocks line of sight, and it allows your units to push in. Either separating units of the enemy, or just allowing your units to get into a position from which they can strike really hard. Though, you must say, the blue forces got an entrance in the south. Now, starting to get a CV in here. At the 21-minute mark. And they at least neutralize it for now. But the BMD fleet is coming around again.
Oh fuck, there's so many.
That is a huge BMD fleet.
Looks like a Zerg attack.
Yes. This is the Roach.
The Zerglings are here.
I think BMDs are pretty much on par with Roaches. Like, nasty armor, your infantry can't do much against it. Your Space Marines are a bit helpless. And yeah, there's still so many that your few immortals or heavy hitter units are getting outnumbered as well. So yeah, they put a good impact here. But there's a couple of mech rifles with their Dragon 2s, and they at least get the number down a bit. Oh, and that cluster plane.
Nice.
Ooh,
I was surprised there was no bombardment so far. I thought, no, I'm not sure he will make it after this, but nice.
That was a great hit. Allowing the south to be somewhat neutralized again. Blue still on the back foot, I would say. But at least they have a foothold now that they could try to leverage. In the north, using some Apaches. One of my favorite units. When the game first came out, I was so in love with this helicopter. I played Apache divisions non-stop. Like, 3rd US, I played it all the time. And yeah, even 82nd Airborne also became instantly one of my favorites. By now, I must say, with the Akula in the game as well, it's a bit of a split love. 35th is also pretty cool. And there's a lot of cool helicopters in general, like the Heavy Hawk with its big rockets and so on.
Yeah.
And yeah, as a Steel Division cheap airplane spammer, I have found my home with helicopters here. Like cheap airplanes and artillery are my forte in 1v1 at the moment in Steel Division, and I really feel home with some of the, like, yeah, 82nd, or KDA also has some nice things there in that regard. Those East German Mi-8s with gun pods are really reminding me of the Ju-87 Stukas with gun pods that are just hilarious. As someone who played War Thunder, I really, came to fear those Ju-87 D5s, and that's why I instantly, when I first saw them in Steel Division 2 on the Koruk division, I was like, yeah, that's my division. And then when I guess MadMatch, right, or whoever wrote the patch note for KDA, and was like, yeah, those will be kind of like Koruk and Steel Division Normandy. I was like, oh yeah, this division is mine. Those Territorial Kommando Süd and Kampfgruppen der Arbeiterklasse, those will be my divisions to use. Okay, red has a bit of trouble now. Blue somehow got a CV. Oh my god. How did... Okay. That CV was not long for this world. Like, it was like 1 CV and 10 red units around it. 5 T-62s, a Mi-8, and Motorstrike. I have no clue how that leader even got there in the first place. But at least he ticked like 50 points or so for the blue side. So the difference now is just slightly under 1000. So with the current tick rate, they would need to hold the Delta flag for 8 minutes to equalize. Something around that. Never do too much math on stream. It never works out well. So I just say 8 minutes and stay with that. I'm not gonna invest more time into making quick math in head. That's just never working out when you're on a live stream. Okay, the next cluster bomber. But by now there's a lot of E-Glass on the red side. That F-16 is not making it out, is it? Oh my god. Is it? It's actually... okay. Damn, that thing is tanky. I really didn't expect that. Sometimes the RNG is on your side. And that was one of those days. Like, there were so many cool clips of F-15s around when they first came out, of AA trying to hit them and them flying through Flag Alley with some really lucky RNG signups. And then whenever I use the F-15s, the 2 first OSA shots connect, and I wasted 300 points, and I'm feeling really sad afterwards. So I don't know how those guys made those clips, but it's not my experience with the F-15, that's for sure. Ooh, and red now is on the counteroffensive in the north.
Yeah.
The Shinnox did
really strong play on that side.
Yeah. The Shinnox did bring in some more aero rifles. I love this helicopter. When I was a little kid, I was like so confused by this double rotary thing. I was like, how does it work? Why does it have 2? But it obviously makes perfect sense for more lift. But I remember in primary school or so, I for sure did paint some of them because I was just so impressed by that design. So those double rotary helicopters are pretty cool.
Yeah, and there are some very impressive video footage from this chopper in mountains, and you can see how they can dismount their soldier in front, like on the cliff, really on the cliff, and the Chinooks stay really steady, really strong, and it's very impressive to see the power of this helicopter.
Yes. And Lathan's now really putting pressure onto our NATO players here. They overextended maybe a bit in the north, and now the revenge is coming. The red side has pushed into the Charlie point, and the Heavy Hawks are hitting hard. But not hard enough, as the OSAs and the T-62s are their numbers. And I must say, T-62s feel like a really fun tank to use. You have to be really careful with them, because the low rate of fire means that you can't stay in long fights. But I have really come to like them as kind of a, like, peekaboo unit that you shoot once with, go back, shoot again, because for their price, they have a surprising amount of, like, damage output. And that I really like about the now quite good, like, asymmetric balance between NATO and PaK tanks. Like, some of the NATO tanks, some of the PaK tanks, like the T-80s, have really high rate of fire thanks to the autoloaders and stable rate of fire. But then things like the T-72 and the T-62 especially somehow are on the lower end, but have really high penetration for their power, for their level. So I have come to become a big fan of the T-62s and the T-72s. And I think the price points are pretty good now as well. Not quite perfect. I still feel like Leo 2s are bullying me too many times, but maybe that's just me being bad. But
They are strong. They are really strong.
Yeah, like Leopard 2 is one. I mean, it must be strong as well. It's a good tank, but I still sometimes feel like I don't have anything to deal with it. I wasted all my ATGMs on the wrong spot already, and now I'm here, and I don't have any concourse anymore, and I'm sitting and getting bullied by that.
That's why we're so greatly reduced their availability.
Yes. Yeah, like as I said, I think they're. I mean, that's also me not having fully figured out how to beat them, and I for sure think they're beatable. I also really like the new Su-25 ATGM plane, like having 4 ATGMs on one Su-25 feels really strong. Yes, it's also more expensive, but it got quite a couple of Leo 2 pushes that didn't got a AA with them, punished by that. But if you don't have that ATGM plane, a Leopard 2 pushing over the open when you only have like T-55s or T-62s, always a big issue. Kind of feels like a IS-2 pushing at you on the open tops, on the open steps in Steel Division 2.
I think they are pushing on the southwest. If you see on the left side,
Yes,
there is a push right there.
A T-80B, maybe being a bit too far forward. Good counter there by the blue players.
But that's always some good moves, because the enemy have to focus on this. Even if you don't cap it, or if you don't, just the enemy have to drain some forces and to focus his attention on it. So it's always a win-win.
Yeah, and I really like this map for this. Like that you have this opportunity to push on Bravo. It's obviously never the easy push, but there's like secret third lane on this map that if the enemy doesn't have an eye on it, you can really punish them hard. Is pretty nice. And the Special Nuts will try to do some behind the lines operations here as well. Try to join to hunt down that mud. And yeah, I think we are in the last leg of this game. +4 now, as the northern flag has been completely captured. And the counter push of Lathan's really doesn't take any prisoners. They completely annihilated this push. I mean, that cluster bomber gets a lot of kills, I think. But that's also because there's just so many targets, which is not a good thing in the end. That there's just so many red units that no matter where you dropped your bomb, it would have hit something. You would need a lot of cluster bombers to completely clean that up. Raven trying to get some OSAs killed. does do the job and will escape at least, but there's just not that much left here for the players in red. Valos? Yeah. The MadMed said that it most likely will come back with future DLC. I think in real life the T64 was placed in Norfolk, though that's just my really, really low knowledge based on other people's hearsay. So don't quote me on this one. But what I saw in the chat was that MadMed said that it most likely will come back with Norfolk forces, because that didn't make any sense from the historical point of view that the Soviets would use their two different heavy tanks in the same division. So
Yeah, exactly.
T-64s will come back eventually, but in another formation and then on their own without the T-80s, because yeah, having to use up supplies for both T-80s and T-64s and having spare parts for both of them ready is just a mess. So from a bit of a historical accuracy standpoint, it makes sense. And also, obviously, T-80 and T-64 have somewhat of the same job, so they overlapped a bit too much in that regard as well. And the T-62s are a bit more helpful for those divisions. Yeah, GG.
Yeah, I think that was something that was missing in the Soviet division. Really strong play for the packed players here.
Yeah, and I feel like we're going towards a packed versus packed finals, but we have to see if Karma can overcome Trace TV, and is the other game still going on? Let's see. Filters, running games. 2v2. Okay, they might have finished already as well. Yeah, people also ask for more helicopter, like some helicopters with more availability on the packed side, as we know by now got some higher availability helicopters on the NATO side, I guess.
Yeah, that's complete. Oh, I totally understand this, and balance is still ongoing anyway. So we can. There might be some changes on that point, but there is also a very important point here is that USA and Western countries in general have this military doctrine that they bring lighter helicopters on the front, something very maneuverable. And this is absolutely not a doctrine that USSR did or was planning to do. They are more strong, heavy, and they were absolutely not in that kind of development. So we can't give as many as chopper from for Soviet as it's for Western counterparts. But of course, for pure gameplay reasons, this is some balancing points that we are working on. So it's not in its final state right now. So change may come, of course, if it's needed here.
Yeah. Is there any, as someone who doesn't know too much about Cold War equipment, would there be any similar light helicopter? I guess some Me-2s with gun pods or so, maybe in the future, right? That could come.
That can. I don't know what I'm allowed to say here. So maybe.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, Hippie Pact suffers. Only that we have now 2 Pact teams in the finals of the tournament. I mean, yeah.
Interesting. Karma won? Did Karma won?
Yeah, Karma did win. So
obviously.
we will have a final on the old but gold map of 2 ways. One of the maps that we also had in our first, like one of the ones that was there at launch, I think, as well, and then also one of the ones we played the first 2v2 tournament on as well. So that should be nice. Yeah, obviously everything will be analyzed by our big analyzation team. Every single word said here. will be overanalyzed by and written an essay about over every sentence said in the Q&A. That's how communities work. No. Yeah. But yeah, helicopters on the NATO and Pact side that are armored, I think, are in a pretty good spot. And I think it also makes sense that they have lower availability, because both the Apache and the Heinz, if you control them right, are super powerful. But having maybe one division in the future that gets a couple more helicopters, a bit of Pact helicopter spam would be cool as well. But
Yeah, sure.
that's all in the future. Yeah, Wooden Box will end his will be the next couple of weeks in his dark room. Don't know if in the attic or if down in the cellar, and in front of a big board connecting ticks and boxes, figuring out what we have learned today. So yeah, let's see. Is the game up already? I don't think it is. But the map will be two ways. And the divisions we have, on one hand, are 39th and 79th. So the two OGs. Whilst on the other side, we have 35th and 39th. So one side will have the big tanks, the T-80Us. But the other side might have the even more dangerous high-end Soviet unit in form of the Ka-50 Akula. So that could be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
As the Akula for sure is a powerful beast.
Yeah, I love this unit.
And I must say, Panzer did a great job on the new paint job as well. Like, I love the completely black one, but this one is just so gorgeous. The one with the green and khaki color scheme. Just an absolute beauty of a plane. Or helicopter.
Totally. I tend to agree. Panzer is a really good member here. He do a really great job. And this version is absolutely awesome. It's beautiful. And he's doing a very great job on this unit.
Yeah,
And then a lot of people say that the sound design also and the FX are kind of nice, and it's all credit to Panzer.
oh yeah,
Great job he's doing here.
he asked a lot of feedback. I remember when Strike Team got their first handles on, sound feedback was one of the most asked for parts. And he also one thing that I currently can't turn on, because YouTube sadly is not too kind of it. But if I stream on Twitch only, I always love to turn on the music, because not gonna lie, it might be one of my favorite, like, top 3 soundtracks in a video game of all time.
Nice.
And it's like one of the few games where I didn't just like turn off the soundtrack and put on my own playlist when I play them, because yeah, it just feels so fitting. It gets me always into the mood. And yeah,
honestly, the first time I launched the game, I was really surprised by the sound design and the music choice. But just stay 1 hour in the game and you say, "Oh, fuck, okay, this is great. This is a perfect soundtrack."
thanks for the raid, Mr. Bandana. I hope you're having a nice one. Bandana, you have never listened to it all? Oh yeah, because you're streaming on YouTube as well, right? So if you don't... Because on Twitch it's fine, but yeah, YouTube copyright laws, sadly, are a bit different. So you can't turn it on there. You always get striked, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, it makes sense for the videos that the creators of the songs get credited, but I wish there would be a better solution for it. Because yeah, the 80s soundtrack really rocks. Like, it not quite being 80s, but like it has the feelings of the 80s while it's being modern. Like the artists, I added a couple of the songs actually to my normal playlist. Like my workout playlist has a couple of the WARNO songs now in it, and it
Nice.
really gets me going. So, Let's see. I will ask for an ETA. So, I guess as you said, Command and Conquer and so on are some other games you played before. You are more from the RTS than from like the wargame kind of part, because I know like Eugen kind of mixes wargaming and like RTS genre across the board, like the classic tabletop wargaming that then also has become a video game genre. And
Yeah.
for example, like DamNed is someone who is more into the wargaming part, I guess. And you are more on the RTS kind of end, or?
No, I can't say I prefer one on another. I played a lot of wargame RTS. I think I really love both, and I think that's why I loved so much the wargame series and WARNO also. It's not because I work here, you know. I really love what the studio is doing here, and I played. I think I'm on the both side. I play a lot of wargame, a lot of RTS, simulation genre also, um, like the Arma series, Operation Flashpoint back in the days, and I think the wargame and WarNo is kind of a mix of every of those style, you know.
Yes. Yeah, for me it was always like the RTS part. Obviously, with the name Proto Soccer, StarCraft has has been my game for like 6 years straight. And then I found Steel Division 2, and the mechanics, like the die roll mechanics and so on in the game, where I would say like Steel Division Normandy, really felt like the most board wargame kind of video game I ever played, while still being somehow an RTS, like with the die rolls that you had on every tank shot and so on. It was something that I guess a lot of the wargame Terran players were like, yeah, this is feeling gamey, but that was actually what I liked about it, that it felt like you were playing a board game, but it was not as slow. But that then got me into like the really grindy big war games now as well, like the Gary Grigsby series.
Yeah.
Like War in the East and so on. So yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's a good mashup, I think, really. So it's a good mashup, and this game can entertain you. Even the wargame series. I remember back in the days I was playing only wargame. You know, I love playing a lot of different games. It's hard for me to find a game to focus on, you know, and play like thousands of hours. But definitely the wargame series was, I think, the series I played the most because it was this mashup of the different genre I like.
Nice. Okay, the game should be up in a second. Hippie informed me
Nice.
about. So the finals of the first Friday Night Warno is coming up. And yeah, we have Pact Suffers versus... What was it again? I have to find the team name.
And thank you, Bandanier. I totally agree with you, and I feel you're a man of culture as well for knowing Operation Flashpoint. That's such a great game back in the days.
Yeah, when it comes to that, I played a bit of Arma 3, but it was always a bit too much of a time investment for me to learn. So I played the DayZ standalone a lot. So
yes.
that also coming out of that, like the mod I played a bit, but then I played the standalone a lot. So even sadly that I hope Warno will not be as long in early access as that game. Let me say it that way. How I feel about DayZ. I hope.
DayZ is a great game. First, to be honest, I was playing I was playing a lot on Arma 2 back in the days, and there were a mod that was absolutely awesome. I can't remember the name, but the two Commander mod, maybe Commander. Maybe where there were one commander that was elected in the team, and this guy could pop up some buildings to produce units. And you have the whole Tourney map as a playfield, and you have to capture every cities. And the game was very long, but it was absolutely a lot of tactics, very simulation. It was great mod. And then the first mod of Daisy appears, and I was hating this mod because it was kind of it was why everyone go in this such marvelous game that Arma 2 is, or playing with zombies. I didn't understand at first. I was like, no, bring back my game. It's not a zombie genre. Go away. But I tried it, and I can say that I spent a lot of hours on Daisy after that.
Yeah.
Even on the standalone also.
By the way, the game is up. I will just really quickly grab myself a new drink, and then I will be with you for the start of the final, as the the countdown is still on 30 seconds.
Yeah, I do the same.
So here we go. Nalid, I think it is the one that also had voice command, yeah. But I mean, I guess there were a couple of games that tried voice command. It's something that sadly has gone away a bit again, I feel like. Like, the only game with voice command I lately saw were the, like, radio commanders and radio general games, which were pretty fun, but quite indie and a bit too little. So, yeah. It would be nice to have voice control in some games as well. That really immerses you if it works well. Or like somewhat well.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah. We have Karma and Selected on the left in red in this packed on packed action. And Hippie and Lathan's team Packed Suffers on the right. With a lot of... Oh wow, this is a lot of pinks from both sides. And we will have a split from Selected versus Hippie in the south, it seems. So some 39th versus some 35th air sold. And then 39th versus 79th in the north, it seems. Or will they try a double push in the south? Karma hasn't placed a single unit on the board yet, so we will see what the idea will be. I want a T-ADU start, to be honest. I just want some big tanks, but we will see if Karma pleases us that way, or what the base idea will be here. Also, yeah, thanks a lot for all the new followers. I hope you're all having a great time. And, yeah. That should be a pretty awesome final here. Both teams, experienced players. Lathan's and Hippies have been in... I think Hippie has been in every monthly tournament so far. And basically in every... I think there have been only like 2 tournaments so far where Hippie didn't participate in WARNO. Karma, obviously, ranked number 1 on the ladder. Lathan's also in many of the tournaments. And Selected... I might be wrong, but I think he is a veteran of the Wargame series. Also playing a bit of Steel Division Normandy 44, if I remember correctly. But the name rings a bell, but I'm not quite sure why. But he's for sure a veteran as well. And this should be a really interesting match. So, whom are you betting? If you would have to bet, whom would you bet on here, DamNed?
The easy bet would be on Karma, but after the game we just saw with Lathan and Hippie, I'm kind of curious to see how this will go.
Yeah, they are also the team that took out Derek and Phoenix earlier, so they for sure can bring the big favorites to fall. Let's see if they can do the same to a team involving Karma. So Karma still hasn't brought any units on the battlefield here. Every unit on the battlefield... Okay, there we go. Okay, we see a TADU from the start. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. A TADU with some Saperji rocks and a Mi-24 AA above it. So selected seems to be the one that covers like 2/3 of the map, and then Karma seems to be the one that is doing the push down the south, and that can be pretty interesting. Especially, it seems like Lathens is heavily focusing on the north, whilst Tippy has to take the south and the center, so he might be a bit stretched thin when Karma is running into him with 3 TADs, 2 TAD BVs and a TADU. Okay, this is a strong heavy tank push. This should be a really interesting one. TADUs and TAD BVs here coming along. And welcome to the community, Kestrel. Always nice to see new faces. And I would say, if WARNO goes along, and if we once we got a good tutorial and so on, it should be the beginner friendliest out of the EUG games, at least from my feeling. But yeah, I hope it will become that. As now we will see some people that for sure ain't beginners though, as that TADU push in itself is looking interesting. Karma never want to disappoint, always one for some funky plays, and that for sure is one of them.
But yes, to go on with what you just say, in fact, Wargame was, and WARNO also is a game that when you join in and you are eager to discover the game, and you got your ass kicked so hard, and this is you have to really go deep into it, and you have to get your ass kicked and try and become better. And this is a hard learning curve, I guess. But that's what's also very rewarding when you finally start to understand all the tricks and how to play it.
Yeah. But I must say I liked some of the simplifications you did on the EUG end of mechanics, and obviously every little bit of quality of life feature is welcome from the community as well. Like,
yeah.
When I try, as someone who came into it with Steel Division, trying to play Wargame without being able to order commands before the game just felt so unintuitive. And it's great that WARNO finally gets me into the Cold War without having to suffer through the lack of quality of life.
I can get that.
Having the quality of life finally being around is really nice. Plus the graphics. I must say I was really surprised and kind of shocked to see how much of an improvement WARNO is compared to Steel Division in the graphics department, because I kind of didn't expect the engine to have that in it. Like,
yeah, that's definitely a great improvement in the series, in my opinion. And I sometimes when there are a great battle, I like to watch the replay, of course, to learn it. That's a very good tips for everyone who is starting with this game. Always watch your replays. Always, it's a very good intel to get to learn and to be better at this game. But I can just watch a replay and just go with the camera, zoom in, just watching. There is some beautiful action to see with this engine.
yeah, we had a really big sky battle here already, and Lathens got lucky there. The MiG-31...
I'm surprised that it looked like Karma and Selected didn't really rush on the mid early, and Lathens and Hippie were the first one there.
I guess the air assault helped out with that, obviously, with its forward deployment. And then that one napalm bomb down the road, cutting off the road, was a great play there as well. And they also, so far, are lucky in the skies. Like the Su-27s so far did hit their missiles pretty well. And Su-27 has good ECM, but it still got lucky there to not get a single missile hit from that MiG-31. And escaping unscathed there. And yes, so far, Karma's push is not going anywhere in the south. But the T-80s are around and slowly moving forward. And behind that Rajvetka, the only units that are down here currently are transport that are going back to base for selling. So
Yeah, that's interesting. They're a really weak spot here.
there is a big gap here. The Su-25 is trying to at least help out to maybe get a shot onto the T-80U. Obviously, with a good big KH-25 ML into the side of the T-80U would be helpful, but currently no line of sight, it seems. So the Su-25 is now going to the north, trying to hit a BMP-3 there. And Hippie desperately tries to get some reinforcements into the southern sector, while it's two MiG-31s now coming around. But once more, they're not hitting all their shots, so the Su-25 gets hit by one missile, will be out.
Whoa. That's a lucky Su-25.
Yeah, will be out for a while, but will be around eventually again. And Su-27 is a scary, scary hunter as well. Now up on the hunt for the enemy's Su-25. And the one advantage that the Su-27 has, even if its missiles fail it still has a 30mm gun to go back on, which the MiG-31 lacks, and that one is able to finish off the Su-25 there. I must say, the Su-27 also one of my favorite birds, though. When it comes to my favorite planes, the MiG-29 has to get that one. MiG-29 and the F-16s are really beautiful.
Yeah, I kinda agree. Sukhoi 27, MiG-29, and of course the F-14. I mean, the F-14.
Oh yeah. F-14 is also nice. And everyone who...
plane ever. I think I watched too many times Top Gun when I was a kid.
This time, Mi-8 made sure the Su-25 had line of sight, and one of the T-80Bs now got shot down, but the MiG-31s...
Very nice move. Very nice move.
The MiG-31s this time are around, though, and they don't toy around. They get their missiles into the Su-25 this time. No escapees. And both sides will lose an important unit. The T-80BV for an Su-25. And Karma's push is still approaching Hotel here. So we will see if he can break through, or if Hippie's and Lathan's desperate defenses can hold this point for longer. As they still have the advantage in the center. T-62s of Lathan's pushing hard there. And there's not that much of selected currently around in the midpoint to hold them off. Only a couple of Iglas and a couple of desperate Motostrelkis trying to hold the line there. But I would say Delta is about to fall into the hands of the blue team.
Looks like it.
So Hippie's push... no, Karma's push in the south has to work out. T-80B of Hippie gets caught out in the open though. So that is the first start there for the final assault onto the hotel sector here. T-80U is being called into the middle though. I expected it to go further to the south as well, to maybe really finalize the push, but it's instead focusing on hitting T-62Ms, and it's in a trade situation that isn't favorable. It is not shooting its main gun, but rather using ATGMs, and it's actually taking a lot of damage here. Karma has to be careful
Yeah.
and keeping it alive.
Ooh.
MiG-29s now up against MiG-31s. MiG-31s once more not quite able to finish the job. Though Igla might get a final shot on. No. Ooh. Osas... No, Coops.
They are really lucky.
The MiG-29 really is a lucky one here. And actually now comes around down to one hit point and is trying to hunt down the Su-25. Bordinko really not... oh, wow, yeah. Once more flying over the coop. Not getting hit by the Eagler once more. Coop's out of ammo.
Oh, nice. He's gonna make it. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah. He's gonna make it out. Okay, yeah. Now I should be synchron. I think I was like 1 or 2 seconds ahead of you, so I paused the game for a second. And now we should be pretty synchron here again. Yeah, that was a big flex by Hippie with that MiG-29 staying around for so long. Intense battle here. A lot of forces coming in the center road for selected reinforcement to revenge the fallen brethrens. And this time they come in BMP-3s. So T-62s have to be careful.
Here comes the swarm.
Yeah, BMP-3s plus Motor Strelkies. The classic combo of the 39th. And on the other side, Lathans currently heavily focusing on T-62s and T-80BVs. Not so many BMP-3s around just yet there. And blue team still feels like they don't have enough security over Delta to bring in a CV just yet.
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
surprising. They should bring it. They are late in the points. They should bring some really quick.
yeah, but I guess they maybe fear that the northern road is not quite secure enough. And obviously in the south, the T-80U is still lurking. Kama still has it around, though it's now down to 2 hit points again. And it doesn't have a supply truck anymore. The supply truck already completely used up 4 repairs before. So it has to disengage for a while now, till more supplies arrive on the front line. Meanwhile, down in the south, Dejan Vedvedka out for some damage. Hippie behind the lines
Oh, nice move.
trying to snipe some BTRs. But quick reaction here by Kama as well, pinging from the start. Not letting the Dejan Vedvedka get too many hits. Still gets a BMP-2 in the end, but most likely will pay for that dearly. And the supply truck at least makes it due to the T-80. Yeah, the T-80U now has a supply truck again to get repaired for him. Still no CV on the way. Only BMP-3s, 85mm anti-tank gun. That already got spotted though. Or no, oh no, the ping is from Lathans actually, to bring this gun further forward. And Lathans not going away from the T-62 button. More and more T-62 rolling in the north. But Tippy is bringing more and more helicopters in the south.
Oh, huge wave incoming.
I must say the standoff we have at the moment is one of the most, like, breathtaking, like, action-packed ones I had on this map so far. Like, I never had a 2v2 on this map where there was so many interesting positions developing at once, with that BMP-3 push, together with Motor Strelkies into the middle. At the same time, Hotel under pressure in the south. The reinforcements at the middle being fought over. A lot of sky battles at the same time. So, really one of the best games I have seen on this map so far. And I think a big part of this is for sure the skill of the players, but also the improvement over the games compared to previous 2v2 tournaments, where the game was more played around the cheese, and now it really feels like we have come to the part of the balance where it's about the strategies, about the positioning, more so than about that one special unit. That is,
Yeah, exactly. That's really nice to see this.
Ooh, the MiG-31s though, still cleaning house, and they start to hit more and more with their AA missiles, getting a hit on the MiG-23 there, killing off another important unit, and Kama makes sure that they will get out on the other side as well. And Selected gets a kill onto the Su-27s of Lathans there. So, good air kills for the red team. Finally, after being unlucky a couple of times before, they now get 2 air superiority fighters of the enemy. But the southern push is actually nearly fully stopped, and Hippie with a good counter offensive here, combining Mi-8 helicopters and Su-25 planes to strike.
And, I have to say that Hippie seems to really great at managing planes, and he played them really good.
Yes, the Su-25 is doing a lot of work, and I like the Mi-8, the Mi-8 flying over, abusing that there is no good anti-helicopter AA around in the south, and just giving line of sight. It's a bit daring, for sure. If there would be a couple of Iglas or so around, these Mi-8s wouldn't do as well, but as he hasn't seen too many of those around so far, the Su-25s really profit from it, because usually the enemy often can like just smoke off their tank or just like drive into a forest. But if the Mi-8 is directly over their tank, they just can't run away from the ATGM planes, and there's no way to escape. So really great usage there out of those planes and those helicopter combos. Something I haven't seen before in the game, and I must say I really enjoy.
Oh,
But
huge losses on planes right now.
yeah, Su-25s and going down in big numbers, but they killed off a couple of helicopters. Though the BMP-3 push in the center has done its job. Selected has pushed out Lathan's there. So whilst Hippie was able to defend the south, Selected was able to push the teammate of Hippie out of the center, and it's still the red team that in the end has the advantage when it comes to the tick now, because they were able to bring in a CV, the one thing that blue team never managed to do, even though they had control over the center for around 10 minutes. And so it's still only 8 points on the scoreboard for the blue side, which will be worrisome when it comes closer to the time limit. Also, I must say I was a really happy Steel Division player yesterday when I saw when I saw the post that replaced the death block. when it was announced that we also will finally get a time limit for Steel Division 2. I was never happier about a post of Storsk before. Really looking forward to that one. Meanwhile, Su-25's now on the side of Kama again. He's also one that is really good with these. I have suffered 2 Su-25s of his before as well. BMP-3 those, together with T-80BVs, pushing the forces out of the south. Maybe, yeah, as we can see, the first couple of infantry units of Hippie already arriving at Alpha. Maybe the blue force can now be the one that puts some pressure in the south after losing the center. And if you completely capture the south, you actually have a +1 tick over the enemy team. Currently, they are -3 down, but if they can take over Alpha completely, they would be still up on a +1 tick, though that won't be easy, as Kama is bringing in some panic reinforcements there, though they never feel like panic reinforcements in Kama's hand, as they still somehow are still perfectly microed. Saperis holding the line, T-62s hitting well as well, and the micro is still hot all across the map. I kind of don't know where to focus right now, because there's just action
everywhere.
action all across the board. Selected in the center, putting into pressure some into the motor Strelkies. The users have to disengage there.
Very nice movie.
And Selected is going relentless currently with the BMP and motor Strelky push. It's not stopping. The wrecking ball is going on and on and on. And Lathan so far hasn't found a solution, and has to find one quick, otherwise this will end in disaster. The Osas on the hill. I love the spot, but the motor Strelkies have found them there now, and that is not a good fight for the Osas. You don't want to have them being caught out by infantry. Meanwhile, couple of Iglas of Hippie trying to shoot down a Mi-8 of Kama. Not quite as accurate as they would want to be, but should be finishing the job at... Yeah, they finish the job eventually. Also, thanks for Twitch Prime, Psycho V Galtis. Much appreciated. Thanks for all the support, guys. Conquerors over here. Trying to get some shots off as well. And, ooh, selected now. Got rid of most of the T80s and BMP3s of Lavens. One heavily damaged. One still relatively unscathed in the south. But the BMP3s, the Roach Swarm is still around. And it's pushing really hard on here. Though, Lavens, yeah, selected maybe a bit overeager here. Lavens got the Motor Strelky into RPG range. And that is a brutal and bloody engagement for both sides here. The RPG 7 VL killing nearly all of the BMP3 there. Yeah, only 2 remaining now. Both of those stunned. That was a bit overeager. And that might be the one chance here that Blue needed to come back. As their T80 BVs still alive. Their infantry still alive as well. That could be a chance for a counter push now. That might have been that one overextension that they needed from red side to allow for an entrance into the central. As Karma is busy in the south right now, Karma can't really support the center just yet again. Has another T80U out though, and one T80U is still holding in the center. The one that we have seen from the get-go that already went down in hit points quite a couple of times. But that's what differentiates Karma from the likes of me. He doesn't lose those T80Bs in the end. Yes, they go low, but he somehow still keeps them alive. And then he gets a supply truck there, somehow, some way, and gets them into useful position again, right afterwards. This is really a worthwhile final, I must say.
Yeah, really nice one.
So far, in general, we saw a lot of good games. I'm pretty happy with our first game as well. Like, not with the start, but with everything else afterwards. That we made it to the time limit. And that we still gave them a good fight. And now, yeah, this game, for sure, is a nice one as well. T62s of Karma trying to push over the open. Conquerors here, trying to hold the line against them. Now, being slightly cheaper than they had been before. Giving...
Only 20 minutes remaining, they have to push now.
Yeah, and especially, like, more so scary than the 20-minute, I think, it is that they are down on a +3, and Karma and selected only are 700 points away from victory, which is only 6 minutes of ticking at this point. So they need to do something about that +3 tick in the middle. But Hippie seems to be still trying the southern approach, as a lot of Strellas and a lot of Dejan Saperi RPOs try to push down the south now. That could be an interesting push there. That could maybe be too much for Alpha. But I feel like maybe combining forces in the center would be the better move. As after that overextension, I really felt like there was an opening.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard now that reinforcements have arrived.
Ooh, MiG-31's coming around, but not hitting the MiG-29. The flares getting quite a couple of the MiG-31 missiles off there. Su-27 coming in from the other side. Ooh, that's a lot of OSAs though, yeah. That one is not surviving. And we see Karma with a Buratino in the north. The burrito is around, ready to roast some units. And it looks like Karma is trying to open up an entrance to the north with that. As there are 4 Motor Strelkies in trucks, ready to follow that up most likely. Once the battery is ready. Selected, bringing in more and more units into the center once more again. As well. I don't think Lavens has the power to push in there. Especially as they still have to worry about a lot of Motor Strelkies actually pushing into Juliet through the deep forest. Followed up by a lot of Iglas.
Nice move here.
And those MiG-31s by now must have a big kill list below them. Another Su-25 falling to them, and Karma really good on the micro there. And that's why the MiG-31s are so scary. If you micro them perfectly, you never have to risk them against enemy AA, ground AA. The only thing that really can stop them is a good call in on an air superiority fighter at the right time. But even then, it's not that easy. So MiG-31's for sure really good in this one. Yeah, Selected really keeps his button on the BMP3 and Motorstralky button, and he doesn't go off it. That unit combo comes down the lane. It's
The burrito is firing up north.
yeah, it's what you would expect from a Zerg player in StarCraft. Once the R button is pressed, the R button gets pressed for the rest of the game, and you never stop pressing it. Or
I was a huge fan of the mass Zergling attacks, just spawning mass and mass of Zerglings. Was my favorite move, I guess, in StarCraft 2.
yeah, I'm more of a
in StarCraft 1.
yeah, I'm more of a Plink Stalker fan myself. Always feeling fancy about microing Plink Stalkers back and forth, and just being able to teleport away from your opponent.
Ah, I hated that. I hated that so much.
Yeah, being able to jump up and down cliffs is just such a powerful move. And today was the finals of GSL again, and it was a really great series again. Like, I don't play much StarCraft 2 myself anymore, but I still love watching it. And it's the one inspiration.
I don't have the APM needed to be good at this game.
Yeah. And in WARNO, I sadly realized my APM are not quite as high as they are in StarCraft. But I love the feature. I love that you now can see your APM in WARNO. Like, for me, that's one of the coolest. Like, yeah, I know it's just a small thing, but just from a user-friendly perspective, like, it's one of the things I enjoy the most. Those small little additions to the stats cards in the end segment. Seeing how many APMs I have, if I got them higher up this time than last time, always nice. And we see here, I think, the end of the game, as Karma is putting a big push in the north. Buratino did fire. Open up a...
Gotta get the CV in the middle, also in the back.
Yeah.
The move in the back of the... in the mountain, on the east.
Yeah, Juliet got taken out as well, and we are now at a +5. And there's so many units of Karmas now swarming in the north. A big BMP3 swarm once more of Selected moving in there as well. And this seems to be it. After Hippie and Lathan's had hold out in the south for a long while, their counterattack there got stuck. The center, the one BMP3 push seemed to be one too many. And
it's too bad because the final score on point, in my opinion, doesn't represent the fight, because it was a really, really great fight, and so much point for that on an EPs. It's not reflecting the reality of this fight.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Hippie did get so few kills. It felt like Hippie was doing pretty well in the air, but it seems like he got bullied quite hard on the ground. But GGVP, really cool game. Really shows what WARNO can offer already. And makes you really look forward to more of these in the future. Karma is a
great game.
Karma is such a beast. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a really strong series out of these players. TADBs doing pretty well. And the BMP3 list is pretty long here too. Meanwhile, on the other, one of the TADUs of Karma slaughtering T60s and BMP3s. I guess that was one of the I think that's the TADU in the center, and I feel like that was the deciding factor, because those T62s at the beginning did really well for Lathan's, but that one TADU took out 5 of them and 5 BMP3s, and that allowed Selected, I think, to push big in there. So yeah, really strong play, and cool end for a nice event here as well. Cool end for the first Friday night WARNO. And yeah, once more show of, if you have the micro, at least Hect isn't too bad for sure. Yeah.
Good macro, a good player playing Pact Soviet division with a good macroing it can be very, very hard to contain.
This was one hell of a series. So yeah, that I think
Yeah, I
is
liked it. I want more.
So yeah, thanks for joining. I had a blast as well, and yeah, I will for sure look forward to continue this series, with you maybe with some other Fusion guests as well. Panzer already said that he would be up for joining me as well, so looking forward to that. And yeah, I think we can for sure make this a staple of like a new series that can come up like every month or so, and really looking forward to it. And yeah, it was a fun playing with you. If you still want to play one more, we could play a 10v10, but I don't know what your schedule is.
Oh yeah, why not?
Maybe
Why
with
not,
the
why
community. Let's play 10v10 with the community. On the tactical server though, as I am a fanboy of tacticals. Yeah, let's give everyone the chance here. Join in. Is there any server? Okay, that one already nearly filled up, so...
And it's very rare that I play in 10v10, so could be interesting. I don't play that much in 10v10.
Yeah. I give you the link, and I give the chat the link, and then everyone can join. So we can play a bit longer. I feel like 10v10 Tacticals is the most fun I had with big team games in Eugen games since Normandy 44. Like Normandy 44 with that big map, I forgot the name of it, that was just tailor-made for 10v10 was amazing. And the other version always was a tick too much artillery for me, but here it's really nice. So yeah, let's get that filled. Yeah, people coming in. Shall we switch over to the packed side this time, as we have played?
Yeah, why not?
NATO before. I'm gonna switch over to my 35th because I want to play a bit of with Akulas. And yeah, let's get this slowly filled. So I don't think it will be too slow. Yeah, people are already showing up in good numbers. And yeah, GGVP Hippie, that was a great series. And I felt like you had a good shot at the beginning, but that one TADU just slaughtered so many of you. But yeah, still congrats to making it to the final. Congrats to taking out Derek. And yeah, thanks for some really nice games there. But yeah, feel free to join us for some chilled out 10v10s. Hippie now to maybe cool off. No, we sadly didn't catch the Derek game because we were playing ourselves and getting our ass handed to us. But it was a really fun one. Okay. See you around. Yeah. Yeah, we were playing ourselves. Our game was going well if you cut out the first 5 minutes. Like
that was the turning point was the 5 first minutes. I was literally obliterated on the right flank.
Yeah,
it was really hard to come back.
Yeah, the same happened to me on the left flank as well. Like the enemy start was really strong, and then we slowly but surely got back in there, and it was a lot of fun. But the start really wasn't. Like the enemy was so well prepared, and once more. Shout out there to Trace TV and his teammate for making us pay for a bit of a bad setup, maybe.
Yeah, we have to say we weren't prepared at all. We decided the team on the afternoon, but I think we have to train for the next one.
Okay, we're filling up here. Nice. Loop is a map that I think is the best way of... Like, river maps you never want to have too many of, but it's at least a river map that has some good design. Like you don't never want to have too many river maps in your video game, but if you kind of need them because it's like just a part of a war game. Like rivers are important part in a operation. So I think you really did a good job. Or
Yeah, it's nice. I love this map.
the map creating part of Eugen did a good job in making this one work relatively well. So you're playing the TADUs. Okay, yeah, I think it ended up pretty well. I would like to go to the open section and try to cross the river there, maybe. So yeah. Should be interesting. Only 2 men to fill up, guys. If you are in chat and you want to get into this game, get in right now. Get in right now. Okay, 1 more to go. Who wants to take the last spot? Interesting combinations of forces on the other team as well. And we are pure Soviet side. Okay, nobody wants to play the poor GDR forces. But on the other side, it's nearly every division is there, I think. Or yeah, every division is there actually represented on the other side. Oh please. Oh please. Okay. Someone wanted to play NATO there, I guess. Ah, there's our one Aussie. Our one East German player. We have a 7th Panzer Division. Yeah, Boiler Punk making it too hippie. It suffers. Sounds about right. Or Karma OP. Nerf Karma. Nerf Karma is a good one, I think. He tried his best, but yeah, once Karma took out his... Like, the T-62s of Leifans at the beginning did so well, and then that one goddamn TADU just took them all out. So I thought about us going to Feodor, and me securing the bridgehead onto the other side, and you following me there?
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Смена полетного задания.
Okay. There's our Nicky BMP.
Громко и четко.
Okay.
Жду новых указаний.
Spetsnaz. To say it with Med's word, soon TM.
Оттуда пешком. Мобильность и маневренность.
It wouldn't box you. You cheeky guy.
Надо было идти в связисты. Выгружу вот там.
Okay, let's get some medis over there. Nah, normally Akula is too risky this early on.
Yeah, true.
Такси заказывали. Оттуда пешком.
Too many planes in the sky. Persia POY.
Надо было идти в связисты. Мобильность и маневренность.
Okay.
Транспорт готов. Оттуда пешком. Нас всегда ждут с надеждой.
I really like the Recon Me-24. That's a nice unique unit as well. Excellent optics helicopter with gun pods and guns and rocket pods. Is a cool beast as well. Though it's also obviously coming for a steep price.
I don't use it that much because it's too expensive and I want my opening to be as large as possible, so I don't use it a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, in this division I feel like you kinda need it. Like, I mean, it's me playing it relatively heli heavy, and then those as a scout are always kinda nice. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with 270 points in your hand. That's for sure.
Командир. Выгружу вон там. Связь налажена. Враг в поле зрения.
Gazelle cannon coming around.
Терять невесту, чем обороты несущего винта. Обороты в норме.
Feind gesichtet. Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Экипаж танка к бою готов. Вылетаем.
Horny tank on the other side.
Приказом. Кажется, это не наши.
Do I have any cheap planes? No. Okay. There's a lot of cheap French helicopters on the other side.
Выполнение боевой задачи готов. Сделаем, товарищ командир. Слушаю, товарищ командир. Жми назад! Нас всегда ждут с надеждой. Выхожу в заданный квадрат.
Oh, your Spetsnaz crew on his speed spot. Oh, damn. That's strong.
Обнаружен противник.
How did you get them there?
I hope they will not be discovered, but yeah.
Короткими перебежками.
Did you activate consoles there? How did you get it there?
No, it went with the MI2 with the chopper. I just
Okay.
bring there with the chopper there.
Связь налажена. Враг в поле зрения. Оружие на изготовку. Эх, больше бы танка. Частоту РМ изменил. Полет продолжаю.
Okay. I keep up moving with some medis onto your...
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. Вертушки на связи, товарищ командир.
I'm now bringing in the AA Akula for some anti-chopper action here.
Лучше потерять невесту, чем оборону несущего винта. Оружие на изготовку. Feindkontakt! Частоту РМ изменил. Полет продолжаю. Разговорчики в строю. Готов к бою.
Okay, we got a good bridgehead here for sure on the other side of the
Bereit machen.
river. And our team is on a +7. Damn. Okay.
Проверить снаряжение.
This is going well so far.
На маршруте. Жду ваших указаний. Мобильность и маневренность. Я броня. Цель обнаружена. У нас потери. Сделаем, товарищ командир.
Okay. I will bring in some artillery now. I will bring in some nonnas so that we maybe... Ah, no, no, not like this.
Я подам
Not like this. Okay. It's... I got it to run away into the right direction. Goddamn Roland.
Нас всегда ждут с надеждой.
Okay, then I guess I will bring in a Mi-8 supply helicopter
Обороты в норме.
for some repairs.
Назад, назад, назад! Готовьтесь, противник замечен.
Okay.
Приготовиться к бою.
Gazelle, go away.
Всем залечь. По вашему приказу взвод построен. Начать движение. О контактах...
Yeah, we're doing a good one here.
Проверить снаряжение. У нас потери.
Oh my god, your Spetsnaz are it's so helpful. Like we see everything there. It is,
Взвод построен и ждет приказов.
it's just a nasty spot there.
Кажется, это не наши. Всем залечь. Транспортировки готов. Вылетаем.
And these fools will just never know what hit them.
Ожидаем.
Come on.
Готовьтесь, противник замечен.
Go down. I must say I really like the rebalance of the supply helicopters as well. That they finally feel useful.
Бомбы и
It's
ракеты.
has changed my playstyle quite a bit as well around supply.
Я броня. Цель обнаружена. Частоту и
Made it quite a bit more interesting.
продолжают.
Did we get rid of the?
Всему Союзу.
Yeah, you killed off the Roland too, right?
I think I got it. Yeah.
Терять невесту, чему породу присуща.
That was the why I moved up the motorcycles metal.
Oh,
there,
watch out!
but,
Watch out! Left side, your Mi-24 got hit out of the building over here.
Всех сильнее.
Ah, yeah.
There is a stinger in this building.
Обороты в норме. Летающая БМП на связи.
Oh no. Yeah, that stinger is quite rough.
Выхожу в заданный квадрат.
Ah. So long for the Spetsnaz.
Oh, yeah.
Экипаж танка к бою готов.
A bit stuck here. Come on, Conquerors. Ah!
Красная армия всех сильней. Кажется, это не наши. Задним ходом марш!
The pain of Soviet ATGMs. You never know if they're gonna hit anything.
Добавим огневой мощи.
Come on, Nonna. I believe in you.
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Оружие на изготовку. Начать движение. О контактах докладывать.
Ooh. Nice. I got a fighting falcon.
Работаем. Мы ждем.
Falling apart in front of me. Okay, let's...
Кажется, это
I will try to bring a CV down this road here towards Elena.
готов к бою.
On the right.
Делаем, товарищ командир.
Oh, yes.
Проверить снаряжение.
Because on the left, we now get pushed quite hard, so I don't think we can push down the left road. But the right road seems to be somewhat open. So
Я броня. Цель обнаружена.
I will try my chances there. Try to guess we are down. Ooh, the enemy now is on a +6. The balance has swung a bit, it seems, across the board. Yeah, Woodenbox obviously is facing skill issues. How dare you not beating them 2-2? Come on, the Woodenbox. Just 1v3 them.
Начать движение. О контактах докладывать.
Oh no.
Не отставать.
The French bias unit is hitting me. The AMX 10. That obviously. Always the most fun part when I read comments about UNCUT system is like, oh yeah, you're obviously biased towards that faction or that faction or that faction.
Приготовиться
And like, as I have read that comment by now about every faction in the game, I know. Yeah, okay. The balance is somewhat good. Oh my god! Oh, that's a big push.
Нужны боеприпасы.
Yeah, but it's only cheap tanks, okay.
Заняться нечем. Обороты в норме. Проверить
Oh, a lot
снаряжение.
of people here.
Okay, Aquila. Can we get you forward? Maybe hit a Cobra.
Сейчас раздам им эскимо.
Okay, no. They are too good on the reaction. So we keep you coming around here as well.
Звери.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Bofors, we don't want to meet you more. Hmm.
Готовьтесь, противник замечен.
Do we have any... Yeah, we have AT, but there's iHogs around, so that's not gonna help.
Я
Let's
ранен.
try to hit it with a Mi-24 rocket.
Возгорание двигателя.
I mean,
Ротор поврежден.
we started so well. We started with a +7, but it seems to go somewhat downhill. Guess we... Bubble bath is... if we could cut off the reinforcements there, maybe we have to push further to the right from our perspective. Oh no! I ran into a Bofors a bit too much, maybe? Come on, get out of... No. Okay.
Вертушки на связи, товарищ командир.
Okay.
Враг близко. Защищайте орудие. На маршруте.
MiG-27 coming around. Okay, I tried to push a bit to the right of us now. I will... Oh my... That Apache setup around us is quite scary.
Осторожно, противник рядом. Я ранен. Корректируй огонь. Нас всегда ждут с надеждой.
I don't think I have anything that can deal with it easily. Okay,
Летающая БМП на связи.
you try to push in there. Eh. Infantry, Spetsnaz. Come on. We kinda need you.
По нам долбят. Летающая БМП на связи.
Ah, pivot.
Возим бомбы и ракеты.
Go away.
Обороты в норме.
Oh no.
Поврежден.
No, Gina.
Возим бомбы и ракеты. Возгорание двигателя.
No.
Всегда ждут.
It's not going well. It's not going well at all.
У нас потери. Патронов больше нет. Есть цели, командир.
Yeah, Bubble Bath is joining us here as well. Was maybe one person too many for this part of the map. Yeah, well, we are 4 over here. Yeah, I think it's a 3-man area, and then 3 men or 4 men in here, and then another 3 men over here. And I guess we have 1 too many here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then now we only have 2. Yeah, we have 4 on each flank and only 2 in the middle. Slight bit too little. Though I would still claim skill issues on the wooden box's end. I would still claim skill issues.
Вот и съездили на учения. У нас потери.
Ooh, my Mi-24 survived. Nice.
Нас всегда ждут.
But I have not quite an idea of how to move forward from here right now. To
Защищайте орудие.
be honest, like my idea was to push in here and to cut the enemy middle off from the reinforcement bridges, but that just seems super tough.
Yeah,
There seems to be too
kinda
much.
hard now.
Кажется, это не наши.
There seems to be too much AA around on the enemy side. Could you bring in Tunguskas maybe to try to hit the Apaches? Do you have Tunguskas
Yeah.
in your deck?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, yeah, because Tunguskas with their 3000 meter range, actually outranging the Apaches could be quite nice if we are careful with them.
Кажется, это не наши.
Because those are one of the biggest reasons why we can't push here, I think. Oh, where did my Spetsnaz? I think my Spetsnaz just died, didn't it? Yeah. Damn.
Всем залечь.
Ah!
Прибавим обороты. К бою готов. Корректируй огонь. Проверить снаряжение. У нас потери.
Okay.
Готов к бою.
TADB. Using the ATGMs.
Враг в поле зрения.
Yeah, wooden box, it doesn't look too hot on your end.
У нас потери. К выполнению боевой задачи готов. У нас потери. Враг близко. Защищайте орудие.
Okay.
Слушаю, товарищ командир. Я ранен.
Yeah. Not quite sure what the issue there is. Only because there's an Abrams
yeah.
sitting. Only because there's an Abrams sitting on the other side of the river, you don't cross the bridge. That's a bit weak. If Papa Stalin would still be in control, that wouldn't go through here.
Я ранен. Служу Советскому Союзу. Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. К бою готов. Осколочно-фугасный. 6 выстрелов. Огонь!
You see, we easily crossed two parts of the river here, and you didn't even make it over one bridge. Obviously skill issue.
Готов есть.
And that's easily comparable, yeah? These two bridges here, with that one bridge over here, we did double your work, basically.
На войне, как на войне. Всем залечь.
Oh no.
На изготовку.
Want to be pushed over here.
Обнаружен противник. Приготовиться к бою. У нас потери.
Okay, I don't think I can still get through to my Akula. Don't think I will be able to get an Akula around.
Всем залечь.
Uh,
Новые цели.
oh no.
Feind im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Well, just
По
fight.
вашему приказу взвод построен.
Easy. That's how you do it, wooden box. Just drive it. You see? You see? Conquer's easy paid off.
Всем залечь.
Easy paid off.
Проверить снаряжение.
That killed a 100 points
Патронов больше нет.
Bradley there.
У нас потери.
No, we will get around for that right now. though. Yeah. One more last tough question asked in the chat, DamNed. How do you plan to make the game maybe more beginner friendly?
I think all the tutorial and the campaign will be a huge help. Because I think that the most difficult part when you come in that game,
На связи.
it can be really frustrating at start when you don't know it works. And I think the tutorials will be really helpful, but we don't want the game to be too easy. It's not how we made our game so far. And but I think the campaign and the tutorials will be really helpful for this.
Okay, so there's currently no development on an improvement, for example, on the smart orders or so. Well, at least.
Yeah, we're trying some stuff, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nothing for announcement yet. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, tutorial obviously is key. And I would also still like a better version of the manual, like even to be around after. Like I like the manual idea as someone who plays war games. Like every big war game has a long manual. And I think you can put in stuff there that you might not be able to fully cover in the tutorial. So that would be quite nice.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
But yeah, tutorial is key number one, and I think a good tutorial can help out making a game really accessible. And I hope for an improvement over Steel Division 2's tutorial. Like that is for sure not the best tutorial I've ever played, to be honest. So yeah. And yeah. Why not a right-click context menu for smart orders? What do you mean with that, Dan, the man? Yeah, some high-level tutorials would be nice as well. Yeah, if tutorials would have like 1 or 2 more steps. Or maybe have that in a manual at least for some like tips. Maybe even get in touch with some... Oh yeah, an idea I had. Maybe that I just wanted to pitch to you as well. Eugen's deck lists are always okay, but they're never quite like competitive. And just a wild idea I had that I wanted to pitch to you right now is that I thought of maybe giving... I mean, it will be hard because updates will change that maybe, but at launch, maybe we'll launch the game with a list of decks made by some of the top-level community members. Like, ask Kama for his favorite deck and put that into the base game.
This could be an idea. We at the moment in fact you are totally right here. We do not make competitive decks. It's more like a showroom, you know.
Yeah.
It's more like okay, there is several type of units. You can bring this, this, and it's not at the moment. It's not planned to. We do not make them to be competitive. In fact, in my opinion, a big part of the game is to create your own decks with the way you want to play them. But in fact, it's a very good point you made here. Maybe I don't have any, honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't have any information if it's the thing that is planned about this
No, that's,
official
I mean,
decks.
I don't think it's planned, like, but it just was a pitch idea that I thought about like last week, and that I wanted to pitch to someone, and I obviously will also bring it up in the strike team, because I think like I know a lot of...
It's a good idea, but it's a personal opinion here. But if the official deck are already competitive, I would not like that it make player do not create their own decks.
Yes.
It's personal. I absolutely not professional opinion or related here. It's purely personal. But yeah, we could think about this, but it's not planned this way at the moment.
Yeah. Just some idea that I had there. But yeah, thanks for these great games, and yeah, this was an interesting.
Yeah, I love being beat with you and lost every game.
Yeah, it was obviously me. Like my latest performance in ranked was also not that stellar. This game is tough, and I think we showed that well today. But it can be played amazingly too, as Kama has shown time and again too. So yeah,
I'm not as good as those guys. I like playing. I play a lot. Even no, I mean outside my work time, I play a lot of WARNO, but I'm not really in competitive scene, and I play very few 1v1, and I think it's a mistake here. I like to play some, but I mainly focus on team battles, and no, there was a great level here, and it's really fun. I like to play versus a good player. It's always it's a good way to learn. You get your ass kicked, but you learn a lot.
Yes. That's true. But yeah, thanks for joining.
That's true. Excuse me, just before I left, Bandania just said that I won all my games with him, and that's true.
As I said, it was me dragging you down today.
No, it's absolutely not the case. But thanks anyway. It's really great. It was a really great event, and I'm looking forward for the next one. And very very nice idea here.
Yeah. Thanks for helping me out, making it come alive, and I'm so happy that the communication currently between Eugen and the community is greatly improving. And thanks to you for being a big part of that. And have a nice weekend. Have a nice day. Thanks for playing with me. And yeah, thanks to all of you for watching. I will still stream a bit longer, but I will switch away from WARNO because I have to finish Operation Compass today, guys. We started Operation Compass in the war game Attack at Dawn yesterday, and I have to finish it now. So yeah.
See ya, guys. Thank you, and see you next time with.